Let's get ready to have a good time, have fun, party, and go fucking wild!
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!
Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. It's time to celebrate the moment. I feel it in my soul. It's written in my bones so deeply. I wanna lose control. So turn it up a little more and laugh along with me. The show is about to begin. Series 103. Yeah, so get ready. Yeah, I'm so ready. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Sing it like, hey, are you ready? Jim and Sam are here. Feel it like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. So if you feel it like I do, you gotta sing it with me too. Like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Yuck.
Hey! Welcome to the show. We are live. Happy New Year. But who's we? Well, almost all of us are here. Conspicuous by his absence is Smokey Robinson and the Gasm vinyl. Yeah, because it's just me today. Well, it's not just me. It's me and the boys, Sammy and the boys, the boy and the boys. No Jim in today. Look, it's been a wild break, I would say. It's been very stressful. But it's amazing how things can be very stressful with very little information. Sometimes very little information being passed around is the most stressful thing, especially when the reason there's very little information being passed around is because there's very little information to be passed around. So we're figuring out what's going on as we go. It's not the best position for anybody to be in, but it's the position that we're in. Jim is, I swear, and I think most of us in this room would agree, when we left here, I would have put money on Jim's back after the holidays. You know, that whatever would happen at the last minute, something would be figured out. And I'd like to say that's still possible, but I honestly have no idea. I don't know if I even have all the information that is required to make that play. But as it stands, Jim isn't here. The rest of us are here, you know, and that's kind of it. People thought... The conspiracy theorists running around this entire time. Travis was just saying downstairs, he was like, I don't think people realized that, you know, he was getting hit up by people in his life that listened to the show. And they were going, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because I get it. Like, if I were a listener to the show, I would love all this. I'd be in a little bit of panic over the break, but the drama of it all, it's so intriguing. Like, you would think that the people making decisions would understand how radio audiences work and the drama of it all and kind of at least try to avoid the perception of that amount of drama, but that hasn't really been done whatsoever. But like Travis was saying, that he's getting hit up by people in his life that listen to the show go like every day, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Do you think this? Do you think that? And Travis, what did you tell him?
I said, I don't know, but I promise you, I am more concerned than you.
Yeah, we're trying to feed our kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what's happening with my job.
Yeah, it'd be wild if you had to listen to a different show in the morning, but we're trying to feed our kids. So I know we all got.
Sorry for you.
We all got stakes in this. And then Troy this morning, he goes, Sam, did you remove the show from your LinkedIn? I'm like, my LinkedIn? What are you talking about? The networking social media app, LinkedIn? No, I don't believe I don't keep my LinkedIn actively updated. No, I didn't. I'm not in the Luckily, as of now, who knows what the future holds? But as of now, I'm not in the corporate grind. I'm not really. I don't know that I know how to. I'm like Eduardo in the Facebook movie when his girlfriend asks him why his status says single, and he goes, "I don't know how to change it." Like, I don't know that I know how to change my LinkedIn. But then I immediately go to my LinkedIn. I go, "What do you mean?" I go, "No, it says right here." I must have put it on in whatever, 2016. I didn't even know if I did it on time, but at some point I put down host of Jim and Sam. I said, "No, it's right here." He goes, "Oh." I go, "Why would you ask that question? Why are you looking at my LinkedIn, you weirdo?" And he goes, "No, because Jim and Sam dank memes posted that you deleted it from your LinkedIn." I go, "Oh, I forgot about the spy force of Jim and Sam dank memes." So no, that is fake news. I've not adjusted my LinkedIn in any way, shape, or form. I can't imagine the circumstances that would lead me to adjusting my LinkedIn. Can you imagine if no public announcement had been made, but I was like, you know what? Just in case the headhunters are looking, I better update my LinkedIn. Also, it's like a job history on LinkedIn. Like, I would just put when it ended. I wouldn't just delete it as if it never happened. Well, what did you do from the time you were hosting at midnight? No, nothing. I've been sitting here for 8 years. So yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, you can call 866-969-1969. Obviously, it's a phone number. I said welcome to the show because I don't know what the name of the show is. I don't know if the show requires a new name. I don't know if it will continue to be Jim and Sam. I don't know if it will not. I certainly am not going to speak for Jim. I saw Jim a little bit during the break and talked to him a little bit, but I'm also, the same way that it's inappropriate to bother poor Travis as if he's in on the drama. I'm not going to, in the middle of business happening, I'm not going to pester Jim with like, "What are you doing, Jim? What are you doing, Jim? What are you thinking, Jim?" Obviously, my choice would be for Jim to come back. I love doing the show with Jim, but if it doesn't work for him, then it doesn't work for him. And I know he's been doing a bunch of podcasts and stuff while he's been on break. But I saw him in Tarrytown when he was doing his stand-up there at the Tarrytown Music Hall in the Bestchester. And, he was great. He was awesome. Set was good. Talked to him backstage. Everything's all good. Saw Phil Selman. Seeing Phil Selman. First of all, Phil Selman's awesome. Like, he's just this old... I'd never seen him do stand-up. So he's doing this old, like, almost vaudeville-style stand-up. He did so much crowd work, but it was just him picking... He must have picked on every member of the first 5 rows of the audience. Whatever the light was on, he was picking on you. And he, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What do you do? What do you do?" One guy goes, "I work in marketing." He goes, "What, super marketing?" I go, "Oh, Phil." but then at the end of Phil's set, I know, super marketing. At the end of Phil's set, he goes, "Are there any Jim and Sam show fans here?" And, the audience is like, "Yay." I go, "Oh, that's nice." And he goes, "Are there any fans of Sam Roberts here?" And the audience goes, "Yay." I go, "Oh, that's nice." And he goes, "Why? Why would you be, why would you do, what do you like, wrestling or something? Why?" And I go, "Oh, okay." And then he left the stage. And then I went backstage to say hello, and he was like, oh, I didn't know you were here.
He did that not even knowing you.
He didn't know I was there. That's just part of his thing.
He was just...
No, he said he wouldn't have done it if he knew I was there.
Hey, real quick, let me shit on Sam.
No, because I don't like to. You know how I am, in spaces like that. I found a nice dark corner.
Sure, yeah.
I didn't even have anybody with me because I was coming from Stanford and WWE. So I was like, let me just drive down, see Jim's show, find a dark corner to sit in and just enjoy. And so there's no way he saw me. And he didn't. He told me after the show. He was like, "I wouldn't have said it if I knew you were there."
What a weirdo.
It was really funny though. But he gave me a DVD, so I haven't gotten a chance.
Like just a DVD or his?
It was just a DVD. He had a copy of Super Troopers on DVD, cool. And I remember how big of a DVD that was when it came out. So I was like, yeah, I'll give this a watch. No, he was selling stand-up DVDs, so
his stand-up.
It's actually on DVD?
I
think so. I don't know. I don't have a DVD player. So I'm assuming he said that's what's on the disc. Is a DVD minus R that have been recorded on, you know? So
You can pop that in your PlayStation.
yeah, I don't know if they still work in PS5s, but I'm sure I could dig up my PS3 and check it out.
Is it Blu-ray?
No, it's DVD minus R.
Okay.
But it was great. But that's so that's where I hung out and saw Jim, and we texted a little bit and whatever over break. But while he's figuring things out, I'm not gonna bug him. Let's go to Nico in Nick in Toronto. What's up, Nick?
Hey, boys. So, conspiracy theories here. I know one of Jim's sticking points was that he wanted his podcast to be on all the platforms, and I saw today he posted that his Robert Kelly episode of Sword Fights on Spotify. So, do you think that means anything about whether he's coming back or not?
Well, it's kind of a genius move either way, because if he's still negotiating right now, then technically he wouldn't be under contract, which means he can do that. And then if he re-signs, he can say, well, I was already doing that before I signed the contract. So the fact that he immediately is putting Sword Fight on audio platforms, I think, is the move.
Yeah, unless that's something they're saying absolutely not. And he's saying, well, fuck you, I'm doing it because I don't have a contract. So
bro, I don't know. You're right. I mean, you're right. I enjoyed, thank you, Nick. I enjoyed the conspiracy theories. I'm blissfully... I try to stay as far away from stuff as possible because even the little information that was coming in, it was all conflicting with each other over the course of days. Right? This is the direction. That's the direction. This is the direction. So, I mean, it's crazy. I think I don't know what to tell you. Everything's still being figured out. And it's not like I was given any directive whatsoever. They're just like, oh, show? Yeah? Okay. Show. Yep. And so here we are. Doing the show. So we'll do the show. Again, if you've got questions, if you've got conspiracy theories, if you want things addressed, if you think I'm not addressing anything, call the show, 866-969-1969, and we'll address whatever. It is, and I said this on the YouTube show that I did with Hot Dog, who the reason I do that show with him is I'm auditioning him to sit in the gym seat. I figured that might be something that Sirius wants. But I said there is a sense of freedom in not having any idea what's going on, because there are no secrets for me to keep. If I tell you I don't know, I don't know. But it's not like, it's a very easy thing to get to come on the air and not have anything to hide because there is no information that's been given to me. Now, it's insane that I don't have the information, but I don't have the information. So what do you want me to tell you? I figured it would be the last minute. I did not figure that it would be quite this last minute. So that's where we're at. That's the update. Yes, Troy.
So I'm answering the phones.
Okay, go ahead.
I started by saying Jim and Sam show, but I don't think that's the correct way to address the callers. How would you like the callers addressed?
That's a great question. I mean...
Happy New Year, this is Troy.
That's a great suggestion.
But I can only do that for today, right?
Yeah. Today's the last day. You can say Happy New Year.
I think that, but it feels like a very... In Orlando, I feel like they would extend that a little further. Sure. It's a friendlier sort of place.
Wish them a happy January 6th.
Okay. Oh, yeah! Happy anniversary. This is Troy.
Mike... I don't think that that's so off, because for me, I'd be like, of course, WWE on Netflix Day. January 6th is great, but I feel like there are other...
Three Kings Day.
Three Kings Day. What do you think we're talking about? I think...
So I got a caller right now. How should I address them?
Happy New Year. This is Troy. What can we do for you today?
Okay. I'll be right back.
Well, let's leave your mic on for a second.
Yeah.
I would like to hear it.
Okay.
Make sure it's right.
Okay.
Before they hang out.
Happy New Year. This is Troy. This is the show.
What can we do for you today?
What can we do for you today?
What's
your name?
Okay, you can turn off your mic now. Now you're actually screening the calls. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Happy New Year. This is Troy. What can we do for you today? For today. And probably the rest of the week.
Happy New Year through the rest of the week?
I mean, if we don't have anything else to say, we're going to have to buck the standard rules of society. Yeah. Because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else would be appropriate to say.
Good morning. This is Troy.
Okay. This is you heard him in the background. It was funny the first time, but he's going to be so annoyed. And, the last thing that I want people to do is just to call in without a great phone call just so they can hear Troy say, "Happy New Year, this is Troy. Welcome to the show. What can we do for you today?" Because it's just such a mouthful, and he's going to get so annoyed saying it over and over and over again. But Dan,
he wanted to know.
He wanted to, and he's right. He's right. We need to have systems in place here, and it's very difficult to have systems in place here.
No time to prepare.
We didn't have any time to prepare. We don't know what here is. We don't know. Dan on Long Island. What's up, Dan?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
What show did I call into?
Well, it's the show,
It's the show.
It's the show. Awesome. Wouldn't it be great if that ends up being a permanent branding of the thing? This is the show. It's on satellite radio, I suppose.
We talk about stuff on the show.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Who are the hosts? It depends. I don't know.
Who knows? Could be anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if this is a ruse or a continuation, a spin-off, if you will, of James Patterson's "The President is Missing."
I think it could be. The show host
is
missing.
missing?
Yeah. It was co-written by Jim Norton instead of Bill Clinton this time. Yes, the show host is missing.
All right, boys, have fun.
Thank you, Dan. Corey in Rockland. What's up, Corey?
Hey, good morning, guys. First of all, what a very nice, polite phone screener you guys have.
Well, thank you.
We
wanted to make
my
sure
morning right off the bat.
Everybody gets to Happy New Year wishes, and that could be happening all week, depending on how news travels.
Yes. My question is, Sam, so what's your status? Is the show moving on for X amount of years? Are you...
Okay.
So if Jim doesn't come back is the question I have. How does that move on? And are tickets for Not Sam Wrestling still available for Indianapolis?
These are two really important questions, Corey, and I'm glad you called in. Yes, we still have tickets available if you'd like to come see the live Not Sam Wrestling podcast in Indianapolis. It's Thursday, January 30th at the Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis. There's a ticket link at notsam.com. And in terms of my status, I've signed an extension, not a new contract extension or a re-up, just a short extension that would leave them a window to come up with, whatever the deal is going to look like going forward. But nothing beyond the extension has been really even talked about.
Oh, okay. So if the show goes on, and can I make a recommendation for a new show name?
I think that would, yeah, if, and this is a big if. I mean, this isn't a Mike and the Mad Dog, hey, quick, Mike's on vacation, let's change the intro scenario, but yeah.
No. I think like Bran Muffins in the Morning.
Okay.
Would be a good name for the show.
And that's one of the popular breakfast pastries. So I think that could be that could be a good way to go. Thank you very much, Corey.
You guys, see you later, Sam.
All right, bud. Joe on Long Island.
How you doing?
Good, bud.
I suggest you guys dig up Anthony and bring him in for the new show host.
Wouldn't it be great if after all the time, everybody, all they ever said was, "Oh, Jim, why didn't you do a show with Anthony? Why'd you get stuck with stupid Sam? We want to hear Jim and Anthony." If I was like, "Hey, guess who's replacing Jim? It's Sam and Anthony."
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear Sam and Anthony.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, I'd love Jim, Sam, and Anthony, but I'll take Sam and Anthony,
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, anytime, bro. I mean, I've been listening to you guys since the NEW days, and, I never plan on stopping, so.
That's great. That's good news. Thank you, Joe. Who would have thought? Let's go to Eric in Texas. What's up, Eric?
Hey, man, so I'm just curious, is this going to be like a day-by-day scenario where we just tune into 103 and hope we get to hear Sammy and the boys, or...
Bro, again... Like, if number one, very possibly. Number two, I understand that is so annoying. Feels like such schlock radio. Like, oh, they're doing a bit to keep people hooked. What are we tuning in again to see what the show is? Imagine if it was your livelihood.
No. I mean, like, are we going to turn to 103 and then it's like, some random schmaz and then you guys aren't on and it's like, oh, the show's over?
No, I doubt. I at this point, I can't imagine they would let me come back on the air if the plan was to quickly take me off the air. Like, they could have really put a bow on this and they didn't. So I think that would be a good sign for us to continue to have fun mornings together.
Well, I hope Jim comes back. If not, Sammy and the boys, ready to cause chaos. So.
Thank you very much, Eric. Brendan in Georgia. What's up, Brendan?
Oh, is it me?
Yes.
Oh, hey, sorry. It's actually Andy in South Carolina. There must have been some sort of mix-up there. I apologize.
Okay.
Troy, Brendan sounds nothing like Andy. How
It
do you
was
get
Andy.
that name wrong?
Yeah, you should see Troy. Andy, I want you to know something. You've ruined Troy's year. We're 6 days in. I turned around immediately. He is so annoyed that you got him already. 6 days in. He said when we left, next year you're not getting through. And immediately, what is it, 20 minutes into the first show of the year, you're on.
I think you're calling from a different number.
Yes, Troy, I have different numbers.
Okay, I'm going to remember this one, Andy.
Troy, you're in your mid-50s. You're not going to remember anything, respectfully.
Respectfully, he said. He said respectfully.
No, on the respectful note, I would like to say the new Black Caviar song on all streaming platforms now is fantastic.
That's very nice. That's very nice. What's the name of the song?
Every Day I'm Winning.
Okay. And you are.
Yeah, Troy wins all the time. But the real reason that I called, I just wanted to make sure that the feedback on Ian Fidance was still about the same, and we don't have to worry about him showing up again.
No, look. Thank you, Brendan. I almost called you because that's what it says. Thank you, Andy. No, there's certainly. I will tell you this with sincerity. There's certainly absolutely no plans being made to bring in, another co-host. That's not happening. That would be so awkward, not only for you guys listening, but for us in the room to just be like, so what's up, buddy? Like, yeah, no, there are no plans for that whatsoever. Let's go to
He's still saying Happy New Year.
what? That's how you have to answer.
No,
how
I
else
know,
are you going to
I
answer
know.
the phone?
He's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job.
Except he's annoyed now.
Well, he's annoyed because he got tricked. He hates to be fooled, Troy. That's the thing about Troy. He hates being fooled. Ricky in South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, so word on the street is that Howard is getting a new station, and Jim and Hot Dog are going to be the headline. Can you confirm this? Or?
Well, I've heard, listen, I will tell you this. Sirius was ready to completely move on, and then they heard the tension that existed in between Jim Norton and Hot Dog, and they realized that at first they thought it was just a working tension, but there was something oddly sexual about the tension between the two of them. And the fact that management said that to me, and I go, I don't even know, why are you telling me this? And they're like, we just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me if that was the direction things went in.
Sounds good, man. Well, hope everything worked out for y'all.
All right, bud. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Paul in New Jersey. What's up, Paul?
Hey, good morning.
Morning,
So far,
bud.
the highlight of this young year is just feeling the anger and how Troy was seething, having to give that greeting.
It's already shifted, huh?
Hey, in all seriousness, I love you guys. I've been a fan of Jim ever since he came on O&A, and I used to listen to O&A going back to the the K-Rock days.
WNBC.
We get WNBC. But my question is, and I mean this seriously, in the grand scheme of things of the serious workings and the budget, is Jim's, whatever his salary is that really a big deal in the grand scheme of things?
I have no idea. I don't know what Jim's salary is. I specifically, thank you, buddy. I don't. I think the reason we get along as well as we do is because we don't meddle in each other's business whatsoever. It's just a personal thing. But I think Jim's been very transparent. He's been like, "Hey, I'd love to keep doing the show, but here are things that keep me from doing the show and that make me feel a certain way." And I completely respect that. And I mean, look, Jim's been. I mean, when you look at the 8 years of the show, it's hard. I don't know that anybody in broadcasting has been better to me as a person than Jim has been. Wow. So, all right, Travis, you've been very good to me too. I didn't mean to hurt feelings. But I mean, especially when we were getting this show up and running, like nobody has been as good to me as Jim has been. And so, I'm going to respect absolutely whatever decision Jim makes, and it's going to be the best for Jim. And yeah, that's kind of all there is. I don't talk to Jim about his finances because I met his accountant, and I don't want to be involved in those conversations. Have you thought about real estate? Yes, I have a house. He really was at Jim's party. His accountant was there, and we were all kind of playing the no, you talk to him game. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to say.
Yep.
Mike in Florida.
Hey, what's up there, Sammy?
What's up, bud?
Well, speaking of tension between possible co-hosts,
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Mike in Florida plus Sam in the morning.
I just feel like the two of us combined would lean too far right, don't you think?
Well, that's what I get your sarcasm, but we do this whole thing, and it's just like, you're the crazy liberal pinko commie, and I'm the steadfast conservative. What could go wrong?
I think it's a great idea. I think if we could be this generation's Hannity and Combs.
Correct. That's exactly what we can do. It's all right in front of us, Sam. Let's get it going here.
All right, I'm going to pitch it. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks, bub. Love you.
Kevin in North Carolina.
Morning.
What's up, bud?
I know you guys are apparently against another co-host, but I think if you brought Dan Soder back, I mean, Sam and Soder in the morning, or just Sam and Soder would be a great idea if Jim doesn't come back. Everybody wants Jim back. I know I do. I don't know what you think about that. I think Soder should be back in faction. What are your thoughts?
Well, number one, I'm certainly not auditioning anybody. But number two, yeah, I mean, I'd love if Jim were. I love Soder, if that's what you're asking. The dude's an insane talent and also just like a fun guy to be around. So yeah, I love Soder.
Okay. And if that doesn't work out, Sam, you got the wrestling things going on and your other stuff. Why not just have Travis and Troy and Mike take over and let's see what those guys can do?
You just want me to retire? Like either Soder comes in as a co-host or you retire and let
all that other shit going.
Yeah, just let the staff handle it. Sam, you retire and just do your.
I'm not suggesting retirement, man, but you got all that, the childish wrestling stuff going on. You can just do that.
We don't need you anymore. Go back to the NXT pre-show. Thank you, Kevin.
Good luck, man. I hope everything turns out good, man. I really do. I love you guys.
Thank you, Kevin. You got other stuff. Do that.
Yeah, and then let 3 people who don't host.
Yeah, you guys host.
No thanks.
Yeah, keep finances exactly where they are. Sirius has figured out how to do an entire show for $22,000. Matt in Massachusetts.
Sam, it's Matt from Prime Printing. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up? I just wanted to call and let you know that my brother's not going to cancel his subscription, so I can continue listening now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Shout out to your brother and shout out to you. And, the password sharing is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is really a nice thing. We share that and Netflix, too.
That's fantastic. So you can see him. Hopefully you'll be able to see me on both with WWE going over to Netflix.
January 6th, baby. The Rock is back.
We love it. Thank you, Matt.
All right, talk to you soon.
Later. Yeah. Miguel, the face and voice behind Jim and Sam Dank memes. What's up? Who reported that I had altered my LinkedIn without announcing to the audience that some announcement was to be made. I wanted to make sure the scoop went to my LinkedIn page. What's up, Miguel?
Hey, Sam, I want to apologize. I meant Linktree, not LinkedIn.
Oh, you think did I alter my Linktree? Is it possible that I never, Linktree is such an outdated thing that I never even put Jim and Sam? What link would be on my Linktree of Jim and Sam? What's the link?
To the SiriusXM app. You had it there last month.
Oh. What do you do, a monthly scrape?
You've been checking my Linktree, bro?
Hey, I have to keep the fans updated with the news of the show, right?
No, you're right. You're doing a service, Miguel. I want you to know you're doing a service. Can you check my Linktree, Travis?
I don't even know how I would get to it. Miguel, how do I get to it?
Come on, bro.
Find out. What the fuck? Want me to do your job?
No, I mean,
you. Travis, in this unstable time, you really should not be telling anybody that you can't find this stuff. I believe it's linkter.ee/notsam. Is that right? So. I believe it's linkter.ee.
Oh, here it is. All right.
If you go to linkter.ee, okay, Satisfying is on there. Oh, I guess Jim, there is no, I mean, there's a lot of links.
And it was up there at one time? Is that what you're saying, Miguel?
Yes, it was. And Sam, you know, Sam is always up to date with what he's doing. He always likes to post and where you can find him, and now it's not there.
Yeah,
and also, I called to Jim's show last week,
of course you
and
did.
he said that he's not coming back.
He did?
Yeah, he did say that.
Well,
and I guess Miguel's
you got scoops, bro. You got scoops.
Hey, I'm not working, so I gotta find something to do with my time. So
I mean, look. Obviously, you're a very skilled guy. I appreciate it.
Obviously, right? And also,
yeah.
If Jim doesn't come back, do not get Ian Finance.
Okay, all right.
I swear to God, I'll take Rich Foss over Ian Finance every day.
Oh, okay, Miguel. Thank you, buddy.
All right, later, man.
This is... I did not think when I opened up the phones with no Jim on day one that Ian Finance would be caught in the line of fire. This does not seem fair at all.
No, he brought those Werther's.
It was a sampler. Dressed up as Santa and everything. Jimmy in Staten Island.
What the fuck is going on? You don't turn in for a couple of fucking weeks, and all of a sudden you go turn on. I want to hear a little crinkle, Uncle Paul, and he ain't fucking there.
I don't know
what is going on.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know either. I'd be confused too. Yeah.
Sam Manucci.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
If you want to do like a State Farm thing and like substitute gyms, nobody will fucking know. Nobody will notice. I'm a gym. You can throw me in there, right? I like horse. I've done plenty of coke. I had a fentanyl overdose. What the fuck? Throw me in there for a little bit. We'll mix it up, and then when he comes back, I can be on standby in case emergency break glass.
Just find a horny, angry East Coast guy named Jim and throw him in. Yeah, okay.
I live in Staten Island, fucker. I mean, how much angry can you be?
That's true.
It's the armpit of New York. Come on.
That's a good point. I mean, so far the audition is going well. Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy.
All right, man. Huh?
I'm surrounded by those people.
Yeah. What's the deal, Travis? What's happening with the show? Put me in it.
It's the weirdest place to live.
Salt of the earth.
I love it.
It is salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call it the Orlando of New York. Rob in Boston.
Hey, good morning. I just want to say that you guys are fantastic, and this is just more evidence of what a shit company Sirius is. I mean, this is so obnoxious for subscribers, I got to tell you.
It is an obnoxious thing, and I don't know. Thank you, Rob. I don't know what the story is exactly behind it, but I'm sure your sentiment is echoed throughout the land of subscribers. I have no doubt, and I heard from lots of people. All right, listen. There's a lot going on. I know it doesn't affect everybody. As much as the future of Jim and Sam is a more national story across the nation and in Canada. People are being affected by it. By the way, do you think people will be more upset in Canada about potentially Norton leaving or Trudeau leaving? Which is worse for Canada? I'm very curious about that because they're saying is that supposed to happen today? That Trudeau may.
I think as soon as today he will announce he's resigning
his resignation,
but that does not necessarily mean he's leaving today.
I'm announcing my resignation, which will be effective.
Which I don't know if they're going to call a special election and he's going to hang on until somebody else is in power.
Is it possible that he pulls a John Cena, announces his retirement, but says, I'll still have 1 year of being a full-time? Because that's what Cena did. He said, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to be a wrestler anymore, except I'm going to give you guys all of 2025, and I'm going to wrestle throughout the whole year. Maybe he announces his resignation effective January 1st, 2026, and he just goes on a run. He goes on a run, the likes of which you've never seen. He puts on his Aladdin suit, the whole thing again.
Blackface.
The whole thing. And he's like, nope, I'm going on a run, baby. 2025 is one to remember for Canada. What was the the boiling point? What is it that's caused him to? Because I mean, a resignation from he's the Prime Minister of Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Prime Minister is what they do. Prime Minister. I nailed
got it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to question myself.
You're really good at that.
Thanks.
I think just because his party has lost faith in him,
Oh.
and that they are very close to like losing
the election.
Elections that are coming up.
Gotcha.
To like the Conservative Party.
So even not even so much the next Prime Minister election, but even the midterm elections and all that stuff. It's just bad for the party that he's representing them.
Yeah. His finance minister quit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what's going on with the money at all.
Well, it all comes. It's same. It's just one pot of money. One of the sources told Globe and Mail that Trudeau knows that he needs to announce his resignation before the Liberal caucus meets on Wednesday, so it doesn't appear that he was pushed out by his own members. It's unknown if Trudeau would stick around as prime minister until a new leader is picked or leave right away. That's fourth source, so many sources, said he would only step down because he believes the caucus no longer supports... Lost my spot because an advertisement popped up.
Well, those are important too.
No longer supports him. And not because he doesn't think he can still do the job.
Right.
Yeah, his party has lost faith in him.
Yeah, I mean, how do you make that announcement? Like, what's better? Is it better for you to say, hey, I don't think I'm the right person for this job anymore? Or is it better for you to say, hey, they don't think I'm the right person for this job anymore? I feel like you want to go out on your sword, but if you really don't agree, then it's almost like you got to say, no, these assholes think I should leave, so I guess I'm leaving.
Shit happens all the time. In Europe. And
bro, this is not going to do anything for the rumors and the accusations that Canada copies everything that we do because we just pushed out our guy.
Yeah. And by the way, it doesn't matter because they're going to be the 51st state anyway.
That's right. We're getting them, right?
Right, Troy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting them?
Oh, yeah.
That's what Trump says.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is sick.
That's a huge state, too. That's a lot of, that's a nice chunk of land for us.
What was he calling him, Governor Trudeau?
Did he call him that?
Yeah.
So disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful.
I also love, too, the idea that, like, it's not like we're going to get, 20 new states, right? Where it's like, Ontario is going to be a state and this is going to be a state. It's like, no. Canada all together. It's just
one big state.
It's like the equivalent of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right? Is all of Canada.
You have the same power as Nebraska.
Right, as Nebraska. You will have 1/51st power. You and Alaska are kind of right up there. You're our friends to the north.
You'll get a few congressmen.
Mm-hmm. And as
a
matter of fact, we might just make you Michigan too. We might just have Michigan extend all the way into Canada.
Or that's a great point. Maybe we'll just make New York a little bigger. Make Michigan a little bigger.
So all of Canada becomes upstate New York.
Yeah, make Washington State a little bigger.
Yeah. I think that it's a good idea.
And then we're going to buy Greenland.
We're getting Greenland too. We're going to purchase it.
Trump wants to buy Greenland.
I didn't realize it was available for purchase.
Hey, everybody's got a price.
That's true. Yeah. That's 100% true. But Greenland would probably become a territory, like American Samoa.
Yeah.
It's ours, but it's not a state. I think the aggressive move of making Canada a full-on state would be...
we would have to change all the flags.
Well, I think you just stick another star on there. I mean, it wouldn't take that long. You know what I mean? Like, you just... I'm sure there's room in the corner.
Just go to like Michael's and just buy a whole thing of like star stickers.
And the way the stars are on the flag, it's like long stripe, short stripe. The way the stripes of flags are, the lines of flags. Yeah. It goes, see, long line, short line, long line, short line. So just on that one short line, maybe towards the bottom, you just squeeze in the 51st. I can't imagine.
And if you have a flag before then, that's grandfathered in, so you can still use that flag. It's any flags moving forward.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you'd have to choose to buy the Canada flag.
That's correct.
Right. Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
But then does the old flag become like, like the people down south that still have...
No, it's not the Confederate flag. Okay. It would be more like the...
Like, is that going to be...
No, of course not. Of course not. The Confederate flag was never America's flag. It was the flag of the Confederation during the Civil War, okay? We could argue, but it was not representative of the entire country at any point. This would be more like the original flag that represented the 13 colonies with the circle flag.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross. I thought it was Diana Ross. No,
no, different Ross.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you have this flag, and it's like if you have like an old dollar bill, you keep it in circulation till it's done,
right?
And then you take it out, and then you bring in the new ones in with the changes.
With the changes, and then eventually, it just becomes regular. But also, what nerd is going to be sitting there counting stars? Like, if you're telling me there's 50 stars on that flag we're looking at right now, I'm taking your word for it. I've never once counted to double check, and it wouldn't be that tough because the
You've never
rows.
counted stars.
I've never counted stars.
You've never missed a train to Mars.
The rows are the same. Like if you count the first 2 rows, you could just do simple multiplication and get to 50. I've never chosen to do that.
By the way, Trump also is saying that he wants Wayne Gretzky to run as governor of Canada.
I mean, I think he'd win. First of all,
It's just great because he's just like, who's the most famous guy from Canada?
The great one, Wayne Gretzky. Also, I refuse to call it anything but governor.
Governor.
Because Canada's ours. Like, it's like a half declaration of war, no? Like, it's not that cool. And in the meantime, it really is he's really rubbing it in. Like, Trump knows, what are we, 2 weeks from tomorrow?
Yeah.
Will be the inauguration.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today? Okay. Oh, I thought it was, I guess, voting days on
January
Tuesday.
20th.
Right. So 2 weeks from today is the inauguration. Trump knows he's going in. Trudeau knows he's on his way out. And Trump is using that time to make sure that on his way out, Trudeau knows we beat you and we're taking your whole country. And what can Trudeau say? Before I leave, I want to say Canada's the best, but also I can't run it. Or these guys don't think I can run it. It's a real complicated spot to be in.
Either way, I'm not running it.
I'm not going to be the one running it. But they don't know if he steps down immediately and somebody replaces him, or if he just goes, look.
Yeah, it's just he's expected to announce it this week.
Like maybe he just goes, I'm not going to run next time.
The Liberal Party is widely expected to lose power to the Conservative Party in an election that must be held by late October based on public polling. Like, there's no...
I mean, 100%. They looked at what November looked like in the United States, and they were like, we got it. This is not good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
and he's been hated for a while.
Yes, of course. And sensibilities have changed a little bit in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like centered out a little bit more, I think, across the board. But yeah, that's how long has he been the prime minister? It feels like a very long time.
I think forever.
He started Canada, is that right?
Yeah. I think it's been like 11 years. I think it was 2013.
I mean, he did longer than 8 years.
He had a good run.
We figured it out in America. 8 years is plenty. Yeah. You don't need more than that. Some people don't even get to do their 8. They do 4 and that's it.
For some, that's just enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, 2013.
It's plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's plenty of time. It's past a decade. It's plenty of time.
You survived so many blackface scandals.
That's all. I swear to God, like, I don't even want to bring it up because it's so political, but I can't think of anything else about Trudeau to bring up. And I'm not Canadian, so I'm sure he's done other stuff.
Maybe.
It wasn't just one, right? There was multiple.
There were a couple of, but also, some of it was not. It was like, it was supposed to be Aladdin.
And it was
it was Middle Eastern. It was not.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. And it's Canada. It's not America. It's a little different. But it was the 90s. And
it's more forgiving if it was in the 90s.
Well, to hold anybody accountable for what happened in the 90s is absurd. I mean, Mike holds people accountable for what they did in the 90s, but it's all congratulatory.
Oh, yeah.
You love the 90s.
Everything about the 90s was okay. It was just sort of a free space.
That's right. It was your Woodstock. It was your free love era.
There was, in fact, a Woodstock.
Yeah, you loved that Woodstock.
There were people claiming free love there as well.
That's right, before they set it on fire.
And it was okay because it was the 90s.
That's right. That's right. Well, they were claiming free love, but the language they were using was that they did it all for the nookie. So it's just a different, you have to figure it out.
All on the line.
Yeah, yeah.
You know it's bad when you cannot say how often you wore blackface.
He doesn't want this brought up now. He doesn't want you pulling these articles up.
But like, if you asked me, hey, how many times have you worn blackface? I can easily give you a number. It's 0, but I can easily give you a number.
Yeah. No, my number is the same as yours. I could give you the number. But even if it was
like Ted Danson's probably like one. I did it that one time.
And you guys all know about it. I ate a lot of shit for it. Whoopi was furious. Like, yeah, one time.
Jimmy Kimmel's like, how many episodes of The Man Show were there?
Right, because that's how many. Jimmy Fallon's like, whenever Chris Rock was in the news. But people know how many times. And also, like, those ones we just mentioned were on television. It is way different when it's like, I don't know how many times I did it because it was in my it was in my personal life. It was not like you couldn't go through the tape of it because I did it as a fun thing in my personal life. I can't tell you. I mean, countless.
He said, I am wary of being definitive about this because of the recent pictures that came out. This was 5 years ago.
Right.
I had not remembered. So he's done it so many times that he saw a photo and he's like, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Which one that was.
Yeah,
I don't know. It feels like a trick question.
Yeah.
Who could tell that? I mean, you got me between a rock and a hard place here because I cannot say. But anyway, I don't do it now. So
it was in the 90s.
It was the 90s.
He was in his late teens or early 20s. In the 90s.
Probably both. If it's countless, it's probably through his late teens into his early 20s. And honestly,
in the 90s.
Probably mid to late 20s as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't think.
For sure.
That's not one of those things that you get to 25 and you go like, okay, enough is enough.
Those are very experimental years for people.
Late teen, especially in to be the late teens into the early 20s in the 1990s. You couldn't get more experimental.
Substances, their sexuality, blackface.
Sure, all of that. All of that.
All the above.
All of the above. I, didn't do it myself. I guess Travis didn't either. But, you can't judge people. Everybody walks their own path. And sometimes that path leads to these scandals, followed by having to resign from Prime Minister of Canada because your party doesn't have faith in you anymore. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It was the time.
It was the time,
shock culture.
One of the photos was in his high school yearbook. Like it was.
And are we crucifying the publisher of the yearbook?
No, he was singing Deo at a talent show in high school.
If he had just dressed up as Beetlejuice, it would have been fine. He could have said the same song. Even if he had dressed up as Winona Ryder, it would have been fine. Like that's an easy song to not wear an offensive costume in. But he decided to...
Maybe if you're dressing up as the guy who's the principal in Ferris Bueller.
That one you don't want to... Rooney is not... You don't want to be Mr. Rooney. You never... Honestly, I think I'd rather do what Trudeau did than dress up as Mr. Of all the characters in
Beetlejuice.
He didn't sing that song. Of all the characters in that movie, you picked Mr. Rooney? Well, yes, I'm a Ferris Bueller fan as well.
So yeah, he's leaving.
Well, shout out and Godspeed. The more things change, the more they're changing, as a wise man once said. Let's go to Francisco in Brooklyn. What's up, Francisco?
Oh, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about this whole Jim Norton situation.
Okay.
I don't feel totally honest about it.
You don't feel what? You broke up.
I don't feel like you're being totally honest about it.
Okay. Well, feelings are like assholes.
Francisco, are you back on your Bluetooth? This guy, I mean, he's been calling, and he was calling on his Bluetooth. I'm like, I can't hear you. He gets on.
I swear.
Francisco,
listen to how quick he cleared up.
Just because you got the technology doesn't mean you have to use it, okay?
Troy, did you wish him a Happy New Year?
Of course I did.
All right, good.
He's furious about having to wish everybody.
I didn't hear anything like that. I did not hear Happy New Year whatsoever.
Bullshit. But that you were on your Bluetooth, though, Francisco. Francisco, you're on your Bluetooth.
You don't know what you either. You had to call back.
He did?
He did because he was on. I got my Bluetooth.
I did. He's telling the truth. I did have to call back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that all the and by the way, Troy is right. You did clear up all of a sudden. I feel like you switched real quick off your Bluetooth when you got called out. But all the cards are on the table now. So, and I appreciate, we're coming from an honest place. So what's going on, Francisco?
Really? I don't know. It just feels like I told Troy.
Yeah.
It feels Opie-esque.
What does?
Opie felt like, he's fighting for Anthony. He wants Anthony on. He's trying to do everything. He just wants him back. He wants the team back together. When in reality, he really didn't.
What doesn't sound like the truth?
Yeah, but Francisco, I feel like you got a little bit of trauma from that when Opie and Anthony fell apart, which I understand. You know, it was a traumatic time. But this couldn't be a more different scenario. Like, there's no firing, there's no fighting, there's no...
Sure, there's no firing, but there's something underlining. You're in the room. You said you signed a short-term contract. You didn't say that before. You just showed up to the room and to the studio, and there's a show on, but Jim's not there.
I mean, I didn't say that before. It's the first show. I mean, I said that...
Sure, when you first came on, you just said, we just showed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a declaration of the documents that have been signed. I said it like within the first 10 minutes.
Oh, my God. Oh. Dude, seriously. We need somebody funny on the show.
Well, that's why you're here, Francisco.
Fill that void.
Francisco.
You're not going to fill that
That's why you're here,
void.
bro. Hit me with them jokes, bro.
Oh, my God, dude. There it is. There it is right there.
What is?
There it is right there.
What is it?
Unfunny Sam that we know so well.
Who's we?
That's it.
There's no we, dude.
Anyone that's calling, that's saying, "Oh."
You think there's a Francisco army? You think there's an army around you? There's not. It's just you. It's you. That's it. It's not a whole army of people. You're not a spokesperson. You're not a union rep for the audience. It's only you.
Who's your army? Who's your demo? Let me guess. Virgins and special needs people, right? With wrestling?
Yes, and it's Mike Montone, and I'm telling you right now, he ain't a virgin.
Yeah, cute.
And we haven't
by
done
the way,
any special needs testing yet either.
And thank you very much, Mike. And by the way, Francisco, you almost laughed when I said that. I heard it in your voice. Number one, you almost laughed when I said the thing about Mike because I turned your insult around on you. And you laughed. You laughed at our interaction with Troy at the beginning of the call. You were laughing.
I like Troy. Troy's funny.
You laughed at our interaction.
Oh, goodness.
You called a show to complain about it not being funny. You've laughed multiple times. I don't know what to tell you, Francisco.
Listen,
if you want to be mad, you can.
With you, it didn't have anything to do with you,
Francisco. If you want to be mad, you can be mad. You can.
Sure, of course.
But you're not coming from an honest place, my friend.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Stop.
Okay.
Of course, there's underlying stuff. I know Jim could be a pain in the ass, but you know he served.
He's not a
20
pain.
Years. You know what I'm saying? He served 20 years. He does deserve respect.
What do you think is going on?
We've been giving him respect the whole morning.
Not you. Serious.
We're in agreement.
Yes.
Yes, I get that.
So then why are you coming at me combative?
And you said he's being like Opie. Let's be honest.
It's not a nice thing.
That's a terrible thing to say.
You shouldn't say things you can't take back.
Yeah, Francisco, like
there you go, you
this is
yeah.
you came at this place from a very, very aggressive standpoint, and it's not nice.
Yeah.
It was not nice. You got me on the defensive.
Not nice?
I apologize for calling you a fake union rep. You got me defensive, and I apologize.
Okay, listen, I'm pulling up to work. I gotta go.
Okay.
Have a good show, guys, and
I'll try.
I hope that Jimmy will be back this week.
Okay, thank you very much. Pete in Westchester. What's up, Pete?
Sammy, I just want to say the show is still phenomenal. The show was great every time that Jimmy went away. I was excited for Travi and the boys to get to talk more. And Francisco is no Lorax of Jim and Sam.
That's
he
right.
doesn't speak for the trees or for all of us. He's just a jerk-off who doesn't know how to use Bluetooth.
That's right.
So I just wanted to point out that I was the person who called up and said that unfunny Kiss posters constantly saying, "Crazy Jim owed Travis an apology for the terms of service." He rendered it in the final moment of last year's show.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that humiliation, this is my first call since then, by the way. I've had it with Jim. That humiliation
Pete, I can't.
is what drove him away.
Okay. Goodbye, Pete. The whole, I'm going to make this about myself and be an anti-Jim guy is not, I'm not feeling that right now. I don't like that energy. Cardiff Electric. What's up, Cardiff?
Oh, good morning. Hello, long-time listener, third-time caller. How are you?
Very good, Cardiff.
The higher-ups asked me to call to help fill the talent vacuum.
That's what they've described. They said, we're ready to move on with the show and have Sam be the host, but what do we do with the extreme talent vacuum is the phrasing that they've used. So I'm glad you're here.
Well, you're welcome. So let's riff for a while. Go.
Okay, goodbye, Carter.
You're welcome. Let's riff.
Anyway, go ahead. Okay, I'm not going to that one.
Which one? Let me see if I can guess. Yep, that. Yep.
8.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, now that Big Paul is here, we have Big Paul and Grow. I ran into Big Paul, so I'm stressed out, right, over break. As everybody in this room, I'm sure, has not only empathy for, but can 100% relate to it.
Yeah, this is the worst Christmas break I've ever had.
It sucked the whole time, and you're trying to, like, you can't snap at your family.
No,
you know what I mean. So it's
you're
like,
not allowed to do that.
No, you can't do that. And then also, if you go, no, you don't understand, I snapped at you because of work stress. It's like, what is that, made for TV movie? Is this what we're doing? So, like, you got to figure out ways to deal with your stress. And I go, like, sometimes you just got to take a little space. So I go, I'm in the Bestchester, which is the best place to be to get rid of stress. You drive around there, so you go to the 7-Eleven, you go wherever you want. I was going to Dunkin' Donuts on the reg. It was great. So one afternoon, I was like, let me get my head out of the game for a while. Bookstores are great.
Oh,
the best.
Love a bookstore.
Let me walk around a bookstore, right? And I'm going around. I'm just going through. I'm seeing if you know what I was looking for a copy of? The Count of Monte Cristo. They didn't have it. It's the best story ever. But they didn't have it. Even in the classics section.
We got to go back to that. Okay.
I was going, Count of Monte Cristo, don't get me started. But I'm going through all this, right? And I go like, okay. Got my breath out and everything. I'm like, okay. And I'm leaving the bookstore. And behind me, I go, I hear, hey, Sam. And I turn around and the next question is, what's going on with Jimmy? And it's Big Paul. And I was like, Big Paul on the grill of all people. But I was happy to see you, Big Paul. What's going on?
Dude, I'm glad to hear that that you were searching for the Count of Monte Cristo and not applying for a job at the Starbucks down there.
Wouldn't it be great if you went from oh yeah, I love listening to Sammy on the radio every morning, and then I'm your barista at Barnes and Nobles.
Dude, I ran into you twice during the break. You could have avoided the whole Phil Selman joke if you would have taken me up on the extra front row seat I had at the show.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Big Paul was like, and I had to do a play. It was a very nice offer. But Big Paul had a front row seat that I guess his friend had canceled on or whatever. And so we were talking before the show, and he was very nicely was like, hey, man, I have a seat in the front row that's open if you want to come and sit with us. And I said, I normally would, but the idea of sitting in the front row, and it's
staring at Jim.
And it's a stage. It's not a club. It's a theater. So I'd be looking up, and Jim would just be looking down at my beady eyes, staring into my nostrils. I go like, Paul, like, you can come sit here. I can't do that. I can't.
And Selman had shoes on and socks, so that was a win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, listen, guys, I know it's a comedy show and it's fun. I don't want to make it too heavy. I just wanted to jump on real quick and share with you guys. Look, yesterday I was rough day for me as I was reflecting on the 9-year anniversary of my son passing away, and just thinking through some of the things that kind of helped keep me going and get me through it. And one of the things I came with was with you guys and the show, and over all of the different iterations of the show over the years, during some of those rough patches where I didn't even know if I could laugh again, just being able to tune into you guys from time to time when I had the chance and just find out that, I can laugh and things can be funny again. And, I don't want to say you guys are 100% responsible, but I will say that you guys have helped me to be able to, get through it all with my family, start a foundation that's raised over $3 million for childhood cancer research. And then even, listen, I'll connect with Hot Dog and we can plan the next barbecue, whether it's going to be a going away party or a celebration. But we'll invite Francisco.
We got to invite Francisco. Well, thank you, Paul. I really appreciate that. And yeah, even being a small part of that is very meaningful. So thank you, man.
No, I appreciate all of you guys and everything you guys do. So I'll keep listening, and I hope to see you guys in the new year.
All right, man. I appreciate it, dude. I will say that it's odd. It's an odd time in New York because we were talking about this. And I know this is more of a local problem to us, but we were talking about it before break. Congestion pricing is in effect. It came into effect. Everybody going back to work in New York City, which I don't know if you guys know this. If you're from outside the city, it's a lot of people. A lot of people commute into the city for their profession, and the new tolls and everything went into effect. Now, not only as announced did they go, okay, it's now going to cost whatever it is, $9 to get below, what is it, 60th Street?
Yeah, something like 65th or something.
Something like that, yeah, 65th Street. It's going to cost $9 every single day to get in. But they said the good news is we're going to increase the tolls for the bridges and tunnels as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get you on both ends. And I mean, some of them are a lot, right? Like some of the bridges and tunnels went up by like $3 or $4.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't think it was like the George Washington Bridge, but some of them it was like you're paying an extra $12 or something every day to get into the city. Yeah, I saw like a chart. Yeah, there it is.
I don't know what the old toll prices were.
Right. There was a chart. Yeah, coming from New Jersey and from Staten Island. They're trying to get you, Travis. They're trying to get as many people on that godforsaken boat as they can. And I think that may be a big part of it. We built all these stupid boats. Nobody wants to take a boat every day to work. Nobody's using them. So we got to make it so cost prohibitive to drive from Staten Island to New York that everybody gets on these boats, because otherwise we wasted all the money on them.
Nah, I got that Staten Island resident pass.
We're just going to have Zeus sink them all.
Listen, I don't know. I need a few more days.
Okay.
But I absolutely noticed way more people on my bus this morning.
Oh, boy.
And on the subway this morning.
What about the boat?
The boat seemed fine. I got my normal seat. My normal next door neighbor was there.
Okay.
Everybody the people that needed a whole row to lie down got the whole row to lie down.
Are they unhoused?
No, they're all housed.
Oh, but they like to lie down.
Oh, my boat is a big sleeping boat.
Like, these are people going to work?
Yeah.
And they lie down on the bench.
Uh-huh.
That's a crazy thing for an adult professional to do.
No, it's super normal. Some of them put their coat over their head so that the light's not,
like a full blanket. Like, I'm not napping. I'm going to bed on
You
this
can
boat.
easily tell who the unhoused are and who the just regular construction worker is.
Wow. That are like, no, I'm...
And 99% of them are going to work.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
How long of a boat ride is it?
24 minutes.
But I have 24 minutes. I'm getting 23 of REM.
Yeah, it's enough time to catch a snooze.
It's not, I'm not dozing. This is REM sleep that we're getting. Like, I might sleepwalk off this boat.
That's crazy to sleep on it, because, I mean, you get robbed while you're sleeping.
No.
These people are brutally hungover. That's what you do when you're suffering from a crippling fucking hangover.
When he said construction workers, I was like, okay, I think I'm more picking up what he's putting down. Yeah.
You're not getting robbed on the boat.
No, it's a community.
Yeah. Like
just a brutal Tuesday hangover.
That time of morning.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
They were up drinking with the guy, watching the game.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were complaining about Aaron Rodgers.
Now, maybe on a boat later in the afternoon, Troy, you might be right. I probably wouldn't take a nap on the 3:00 boat when like anybody's coming around. But like 5:00 in the morning, it's literally the same people every single day. Sitting in the same seats.
The commuters.
It's the commuters, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sitting or sleeping in the same seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so, anyway.
I wonder if it's going to sink, if they're worried about the boat sinking due to the amount of people coming on.
No.
All right. Just a lot more weight is the only thing.
Yeah, I didn't notice more people on the boat, but definitely the bus and the subway.
Yeah, I took a train in, and I've been taking a train in, but I thought there were a comparable amount of people, which I thought was weird, because usually there'll be way more people during the holidays coming in. And the fact that they were comparable and it wasn't like empty, I was like, oh boy. But the really weird thing is how they're trying to play this. Like the
It's a great thing.
Yeah, like the MTA, like they literally held a celebration and posted it. They posted this on social media. Like, you don't know. This is from their official account. Like, you don't know what the reaction is going to be. So there are signs that are posted that say, by the way, you're getting charged for this, and if you don't have an Easy Pass, we're going to make it hurt even more, because we're taking photos of your license plate, and it's going to cost $180 if you don't have an Easy Pass. Like, you're not going to be able to stay in your home if you don't have an Easy Pass. But so there's this sign. There are these signs that they put up so that everybody knows you're going to get charged an arm and a leg to go to work now.
It's a win for commuters.
Okay, I'm going to get back to that because I'm searching for how that's the case. Okay. But they've covered these signs. They're mystery signs, right? That they posted all over New York. Yeah,
they just said MTA. It's almost like guerrilla marketing.
That's right. That's right.
What's
it's like,
behind that
where's
sign?
Banksy going to be next? And how much $9 a day? Okay. So they revealed these signs, I guess at midnight on whatever it was, the 4th or the 5th.
Yeah, I guess Sunday. Yeah, so last night or yesterday morning.
Right. So like maybe Saturday night into Sunday morning. They took the MTA curtains off these signs to reveal. Let's see.
Are we ready? Here we go.
Oh my God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What did they just say? What did they just say?
Happy
hear that? Happy what?
Congestion pricing.
Happy congestion pricing? Woo! Pricing and congestion are both bad things. Why would you say
this is going to fix it?
Like, we just had Christmas, we just had New Year's. At this point, I have to work to celebrate something. Like, I'm exhausted from all the celebrating that's been happening. And there are people outside in the cold, the bitter cold, shouting happy congestion pricing?
Wait till we're done with this video and I can show you some of the fans of congestion pricing.
Oh, they have
at least one.
They have their own clique. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see the reveal.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is. Did you pause for a moment? Okay, I'm just seeing, maybe I'm missing the celebration here. I'm going to read what the sign says. It says, car toll for an Easy Pass, $9. Significant amount of money. Mm-hmm. Tolls by mail, a higher rate. So we're going double digits there. Overnight is $2.25. So even overnight. So this is what we're cheering. That you're going to have to pay $9 to drive by this sign.
Who would be happy about it? They have to be paid to go there and do that.
And even if they are paid, they're going to lose most of that pay because of the tolls.
I just can't imagine why you'd be happy about that.
Yeah. It says, okay, this guy. Is this the guy that you wanted to show me?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks.
And by the way, I got to credit Mike Montone on showing me this guy.
I did notice, and I appreciated in the emails that because I didn't even care about this congestion pricing. It's like, of course, it's an annoying thing if you live in New York. But to me, the fascinating thing is the angle on the fact that there is another side. I don't like talking about things where we're all lined up on the same page. It's uninteresting. But the fact that there is a pro-congestion pricing.
Fucking Riders Alliance assholes.
I love them.
They're the same ones who will tell you that the subway is not dangerous. That no one has been ever set on fire or thrown
pushed
in front of it.
They literally
one time.
They just set somebody on fire over Christmas.
And pushed in front of it.
They did not, you're saying. No. And you get your information from
the Riders Alliance.
Gotcha, okay. All right. Are these they're not, these aren't related to the Rough Riders because I'm Rough Riders.
Then I'd be in a real pickle.
I'm pro Rough Riders.
I don't know that they would find common cause.
Okay.
The Rough Riders rode motorcycles, which would add to congestion in theory.
Right. I was informed of how the Rough Riders roll, and it doesn't feel like it lines up with the Riders Alliance.
No, I don't think the Riders Alliance wants them to stop, drop, or open up shop.
Okay, good. All right, good. Now that that's clear, we can all know what side we're on. All right, well, this happy fella who's got a pom-pom on his hat, and I will say this, I understand it's winter and we all have to wear woolen hats. I have a woolen hat of my own.
How many pom-poms?
For an adult man, outside, maybe if you're in a stadium at a football game where it's cold and you want to show support for your team and be a little wacky. Okay, I'm not mad at a pom-pom in the audience of a football game. Fine. If you're in the parking lot and you're in Buffalo and you're throwing yourself through a table but you have a pom-pom on, fine.
The table's on fire.
If you light the table on fire, now the pom-pom's on fire, we're all having a great time. But the idea of being in the middle of New York City, in the middle of winter, at a pro-congestion tolls rally with a pom-pom on your woolen hat.
At midnight.
this is an insane choice to me. I mean, these people need to be arrested and locked up. But he says with his pom-pom on his woolen hat, your toll pays for cleaner air, better transit, safer streets, a livable NYC, and then this is great. Thanks. A big, bold thanks with an exclamation point. I mean, in this Twitter world that we live in, okay.
He came with multiple signs. It was like me when I used to go to Raw in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, multiple signs for different... Yeah, because you have all different ways to say suck it.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, exactly.
In case they show the one, you've got another suck it sign, or maybe you have a play on somebody's name that is a homophobic slur that you want to put on a poster board.
It was the 90s.
I'd like to use a few for this guy.
It was the okay, all right, Mike. It's not the 20th yet. He says, thank you in big bold letters for paying a tiny share of the damage your car causes. So this is an anti-car...
Yeah, he's probably part of the Riders Alliance.
The Riders Alliance hate automobiles.
Yeah.
They think they pollute the air. The automobiles cause too much pollution. Maybe the greatest invention... I guess we're past a century, of the last century and a half.
The automobile?
The automobile. When you look at the rise of the automobile, there's never been anything like it. I mean, I think within the course of less than 10 years, you look at what Times Square looked like, and it was all horse and carriage. And less than 10 years later, there's nary a horse to be found. Except Liam Neeson. He still loves him. But everyone else, it's like, everybody switched to cars immediately. They found the money. They did whatever they could. There wasn't a slow transition period. Over the course of like a couple of years, everybody jumped on board with cars because they are so amazing. And they're still so great. But this guy doesn't even want electric cars. He goes, if you are driving a car, you need to pay me $9. And by the way, he's not even getting any of the $9. If some of the $9 was coming to me, like literally in cash, not in benefits, not in fake benefits, cash, maybe. But I was going to say, in this world of Twitter where like conspiracy theories have become so mainstream and questioning the government has become so mainstream, it's almost charming that there are still people that will be spoon-fed whatever a governor tells them.
He believes it.
He believes it, 100%. It's not just a way to fleece human beings. It's not just a way for a government to go, how can we shake down our citizens even more? No. They're helping us.
Yeah, no. This is good.
This is good.
Only
Cars are bad.
$9.
It's $9, and New York is going to be so much better. You know what New York smells like in the summer? It's not gasoline and fumes. It's shit and piss. Do you know why that is? It's because people relieve themselves in the streets. And you know what's going to happen with $9 tolls? The exact same amount of people relieving themselves in the streets. No difference there.
That's a good point.
As much human waste in these streets. And if I were living in New York... Troy, you live in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think's a bigger... What has been a bigger problem for you? A bigger annoyance day to day? Just day to day. Cars driving by or human waste?
Human waste.
It sucks, right?
It's in the subway. I mean, you'll be waiting by the subway. Somebody's just taking a dump right next to you.
Well, I heard from the Riders Alliance through Mike Monteau. Mike, are they taking dumps in the subway?
Not according to the Riders Alliance.
So that's
pristine.
So no is the answer. That's not happening.
Or
Troy.
you're getting thrown in front. Literally, somebody was just thrown in front of a train.
Did
Somebody
that
just
happen?
got stabbed.
That doesn't happen.
According to the Riders Alliance?
Perfectly safe.
Okay.
I saw that video. He clearly fell.
In front of the train?
Yep.
Oh.
He wasn't pushed by those kids?
The kids also almost stumbled.
That old lady fought off those 4 attackers.
Yes,
see?
she did. Yes, she did.
It's not all bad.
And that also, a lot of that subway stuff feels like anti-Rider Alliance psyops. Don't you think that that's possible?
Possibly.
That they're shitting and pissing and lighting people on fire in the subway to make people think that the subways are dangerous when they're really not?
Well, do you think they're crisis actors who are going down and defecating in the subway, or it's all just a propaganda campaign?
I mean,
it's not happening at all.
At the risk of an Alex Jones level lawsuit.
I mean, think of it this way. if we're out of a job,
right,
we could be crisis actors shitting in subways.
Subway crisis actors?
Yeah.
We need people to think that it's dangerous down there. The Riders Alliance, they have it right. How about this person? New York loves drivers who pay. Oh.
These happy assholes.
Well, I want to be loved. You're making history. No, you're making history for being the stupidest son of a bitch that ever lived.
I can't believe people would actually make signs and go down for the opening of this.
I mean, they can't be real. One guy has a sign that says, "Thank you for paying the toll," and look at him rah-rahing with his fist. He wants people to drive by. You know how furious the people are? The people who paid that toll, the first people to pay that toll, you know what they're all in their cars saying? Oh, what the fuck? It started? Every single one of them is furious about this.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Who's this guy?
Gersh Kuntzman.
Oh.
Who's Gersh?
He's like one of their main rabble-rousers.
Is he a spokesperson for the Riders Alliance?
He's all over his social media. He's he goes and finds if a firefighter parks illegally, he'll go and write the plate down.
Ugh.
A firefighter?
Oh yeah.
They help us so much.
Well, they got to play by the same rules, according to Gersh.
Well, what would happen if Gersh's house was on fire?
You're talking about Gersh Kuntzman?
The very same.
Oh, Gersh, can you imagine being so fond of mass transit that you're we got to get everyone riding this?
I mean, they all do have very self-satisfied looks.
They really do. But I mean, to go what would make this even better? If it was more crowded. We got to get more people on here. Oh, Gersh, all he does is write about this. He's obsessed with it, huh? With the rider, he's got his signs. Those are the signs we just saw.
Oh, yeah, Gersh was part of the signs.
Well, what was he?
Don't want to pay for ruining our city? Visit us by public transit. Oh, shut up.
We're not, people aren't visiting. There was the idea that New York City was built to be a city to live in. That it's oh yeah, this is clearly designed for comfortable living. Everything about New York City is a commuter city. You have to be a millionaire to live anywhere remotely comfortable in this city. And they're no, if you want to visit us, you should pay. What's Gersh out there doing?
He's just documenting history.
Oh, good. He really thinks it's history.
For the last 100 years.
Okay.
And now I'm here with Rit Agarwala. Now, Rit, you are, if I'm not mistaken, the head of the Department of Environmental Protection here in New York. What do you think about today's historic event?
I've been fighting for congestion pricing since 2006.
This guy. Since 2006, you've wasted your life.
I've wasted 18 years of my life.
18 years.
What a fool, right?
With those big chompers. Just trying to get people. He's the guy. He's the guy. Can you imagine being in government life and being you know what we should do? We should get more tolls. And Gersh is great idea. Mike, you like the way Gersh talks?
No, I don't.
Oh no?
I don't like that we're all getting dunked on by these fucking dorks.
We are. They're winning.
Just a bunch of fucking dorks who are really into traffic and transit.
How many of them do you think have Bobby Bacala model train sets in their garages? You know what? They don't have garages. You know why? Because they live in New York City, and it's impossible to have anything nice in New York City.
Well, they certainly don't have cars in their garages, so if they did...
It would have to be a Bobby Bacala train set.
But it would have to be an underground one. It would be a subway.
Would you like the same thing to happen to them as happened to Bobby Bacala in the train store?
I would rather they were facing the assailant.
Okay.
I would like them to see it coming.
Troy, you love trains. You don't line up with these guys?
No.
Yeah, you're a big train guy. You'll visit old trains.
I like steam
you can
locomotives.
point out like a train.
There's not a steam locomotive underground.
Okay.
No. It's a war zone down there.
No, the only steam underground is when the fires get lit in the subway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I ride my bike everywhere, because I'm
Right.
I've been on the subway multiple times in the past couple weeks where there's been a fucking lunatic screaming. Yeah. This one other guy was paranoid. He's what are you fucking looking at? Screaming at me. I'm bro, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking out the window. What are you talking about?
My head isn't even in your direction.
I mean, just lunatics.
Wow.
Yeah, I avoided it at all costs.
What if it was a steam locomotive?
That's a different story. I like steam locomotives.
That's a little fun.
What if the MTA said, hey, good news, because of all the money we've made on congestion pricing, we're replacing all subways with steam locomotives.
And then they forget that they're underground and everybody dies of carbon monoxide poisoning.
That'd be pretty. I'd be stoked on that.
Troy's just passed out.
Out cold.
Yeah. Going exactly how you want to go.
Yeah.
Just in your sleep on a steam locomotive.
A steam locomotive.
You want to hear more of this?
A little more from
fucking-
Gersh, I think.
All right.
I like Gersh.
A mere child. A mere child.
Is finally here. This is a huge step forward in protecting New York City's environment.
Congratulations on a great day.
New York City's environment.
Yeah.
Like as if that's ever going to happen. You're packing in the most people you possibly can per square foot. All you've got is skyscrapers. Are they going to stop the construction, the constant construction?
Yeah,
that's over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love lazy eyewitness news to get to the bottom of this turd.
I wish you had been there. I wish you had been there asking lazy eyewitness news should have also been there.
I was stunned when I found out there was a party for it. I wasn't shocked, but when I saw the report that there was a party for it, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I would have never sent you out there because I'd be like, nobody's going to show up.
I
and
thought
cheer
this was the kind of thing that would happen like quietly overnight, and
Yeah.
you would just drive through and it hits your bill.
The MTA put it on their own Instagram.
They're acting like when the defense recovers a fumble and they all run down and they pose in the end zone.
Oh.
So, well, there we go. Now we're interviewing Ben Furness, incoming executive director of Transportation Alternatives. Ben, this has been a moment long coming.
Incredibly long.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I mean, this is...
What are you guys talking about?
Who has this type of emotion for something like this?
This is so awesome. Like, also, Gersh is like speaking real close to everybody and yelling. He's got bad breath. He has to have bad breath.
And there's no reason to yell. There's like 30 people there.
He's excited. That's the reason to yell.
Oh.
I mean, can you imagine, though, being excited about something and realizing, yes, there's 30 of us that are all excited about this and everyone else is furious.
Everybody hates your guts.
Everyone hates you for being... And you're still like, no, I think I'm going to maintain my level of excitement.
Like, if I drove past this without seeing any of the signs, I would assume they were protesting because that's the only logical thing.
Yeah.
To be-
100%. I wouldn't read the signs and go yeah, they're pissed.
You gotta go, yeah,
I'm going to
they're
honk.
upset.
I hate this too.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I just honk for?
Honk if you love more tolls.
Of a huge amount of work by incredible civil servants over decades.
Incredible.
Well, not just civil servants.
Civil servants, activists, people fighting, journalists
But
like
what
you.
I'm really asking you, what would you say to a driver
Right.
who says $9, it's just too expensive?
I would say this is the most transit accessible location in the Western Hemisphere.
Ah.
I'd say that this is an incredible opportunity to clean our air, reduce traffic, and honestly, for $9, you're going to get a much smoother ride if there's a lot.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you aren't.
A fucking idiot.
This guy sucks.
They
You're
all
not.
suck.
You're not.
Nothing's going to change.
It's horseshit.
I guarantee
know,
a
yeah,
year
it's
from
gonna
now,
change.
nothing will fucking change.
The $9 is mechanically engineered so that the max, it's just the right amount so that people will be miserable but still drive in.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what they want. They do not want there to be less traffic. They want there to be more $9 for them. And $9 is just, because I'm sitting there doing the math. Because I used to drive in. And like, the amount of money that it costs to drive to the train station, to park at the train station, to then buy a train ticket for the month, to then come in here, it's not that big of a difference between that and driving in if you find a good place to park. Like, $9 is, if that's how you get into work, it's just the right amount of money that you're not going to stop doing it, but you're going to be miserable every single day. And you're going to feel it, but you're going to feel it just enough that you're going to keep doing it. And they know that.
That's $9 here. I mean, if you come in from New Jersey, I mean, there's tolls coming in.
Yeah.
And then the Holland Tunnel, I think, is like $20.
I think you get a 50-cent discount.
So you're up to like, just to come
'Cause
into
you're in
the
the club?
city?
Yeah.
Just to come into the city from parts of New Jersey,
30,
I mean, you're paying like $30 a day.
For the privilege. To keep, and then they say this. Wait till you see, New York City's air is going to be so clean. What big giant city has clean air?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh, you got a $3 break.
Okay, so it's $26.
I know, it's ridiculous. They're like, hey, we're hiking the bridges and tunnel tolls. Also, there's a new $9 toll to get in, but good news, we're going to knock $3 off.
And guess what is going to happen? every parking lot after 65th Street is going to go like, oh, everything lower than 65th Street is going to go, oh, y'all are paying $9 now extra to get into the city? So you got the money. Every parking lot's going to raise their rates. And they're going to say this, sorry, guys, we have to raise our rates because we have less cars coming in. And they might have 2 less cars coming in. Right. But it's going to cost more to park. And these guys, and Gersh is over here going, good news, guys. Good news. Because he has a 1-bedroom in New York City and it doesn't affect him. And he likes to ride around on the subway.
You're right, Mike. I hate this guy. This guy sucks.
You know what we should do?
Huh.
We should invite him in as a guest. Ruin his life.
Yeah. We'd love to talk to him about his standpoint on the congestion prices. We love his take. Can you come in and talk about it on the radio?
Oh, he would be
and then what?
smug.
And then just ruin his life. Do everything we can to make his life miserable.
I think that's a great idea.
You want to hear more? Oh, this is the sign that we saw.
Oh, okay. We'll hear a little more because I've about had it with these fools.
Don't need to drive in who aren't driving in. So I genuinely think this is a win-win for everybody in New York.
A win-win.
Thank you.
Win-win.
Thank you.
No losers in this
No
situation.
losers here. You pay $9 and we get $9. Win-win.
Gersh Gutzman, incoming executive director of Transportation Alternatives.
Woohoo! Thanks, everyone.
Oh, what is Hey, it's Gersh Gutzman.
Oh, he's getting a promotion.
It's Gersh Gutzman, as you can see behind me, those are the historic cameras that have just gone into effect.
Why does he talk like that?
On 60th Street across Manhattan. They are already capturing car drivers and forcing them to pay a small share of the damage they have done over the past 100 years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's a small share. Hey, firefighters and teachers and police officers, just pay a small share.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what this jerk-off does for a living.
He's a journalist.
Ugh.
And an activist. He said he was an
And an
activist. They really do. They think they're activists. Can you imagine like activists that have real causes? Whether you agree with them or not, real causes that are real, like they're and then this guy Gersh comes and goes, I'm a bit of an activist myself.
No. You don't understand.
I'm also quite the activist. You know those tolls? I'm pro. Joe on Staten Island.
Yeah, hey, Sam. Listen, all these fucking MTA fucks have cards.
Oh, I think Troy might have hit the button by mistake. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Guys,
Troy's trying to silence him.
Joe, Troy was trying to silence you because he's sympathizing with the writers group, whatever they're called. So what were you saying?
Fuck Troy.
Yeah.
Fuck Troy.
You deserve
Listen,
that one, Troy.
so all these MTA executives have cars that are signed to them from the MTA. So all these fucking bosses have their own cars with free Easy Passes. They also get free riders, free Easy Pay, Metro cards and swipes onto the trains. They don't have to pay shit, these fucking guys. And on top of that, that fucking big asshole who runs the MTA has a fucking driver who drives them all around. You know what? How about take every single car that's assigned to all these fucking assholes who make bad decisions and fucking fix that.
Yeah.
Let's fix that.
Yeah, have them.
All right?
Thank you, Joe.
And then the other thing is, and the other thing is, when they took away the toll booths, right? Now all these people can't pay the tolls by mail.
Right.
So they're getting their cars taken away. When we had toll booths, nobody had their fucking cars taken away.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Joe. Although, I mean, the complaints coming in from Toll Booth Willie was astronomical. They really harassed him. They called him a dipshit. Yeah, no, I think the idea of people deciding to do congestion pricing when they don't pay tolls themselves because they work, I mean, it's a crazy thing. Eric in Colorado. What's up, Eric?
Good morning, Sam.
Hey, bud.
So first off, can we bring back Angry Troy? He was much nicer. But the other thing is, while I don't live on the East Coast and don't have to deal with this shit, I understand that Uber and Lyft have changed the way drivers are being reimbursed now, and they're basically going to lose money coming in from New Jersey due to congestion pricing and tolls. Good luck, fuckers in New Jersey, trying to get a ride into the city.
Yeah, I'll bet. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, and that happens. Like, people will pick you up and go like, where you go? Oh, no, I don't go there. You're going to have to get the hell out of the car. I'm sure that's going to happen.
I don't know how people are going to live in New York City.
And the people who
commute in.
I mean, can you imagine being one of those people that paid $1 million for your taxi license? And not only did Uber and Lyft already make it worthless, but now you got this?
But people aren't getting raises to compensate for all of this craziness.
No. And we're all going back to work. Everybody's going back to work.
They're coming back even more days now.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think people...
Sure, of course. But
I don't mind that, but I mean, the idea that the city is going, we know people are coming back to work now, let's make sure these tolls are lit up. And, I mean, to do it 2 months after the election is the most transparent thing.
What if Trump could come in and just be like, no, we're not doing
Well, that's one of the reasons why they did it now. Because he's super against this, and he has said, like, that it's, the biggest scam.
So they had to figure out how to do it before he was president, but after the election.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Because they felt like if they put these tolls up, then the Republicans might do really well in the election.
Yes. and they'd be right. But it's way harder to undo something that's already been done.
Really?
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Like,
especially to come in from a federal level on a state thing.
It's in effect. It's done. What's done is done.
So he can't come in with an executive order to cancel it?
No, it's a state. Yeah.
And they already got them. I mean, it'd be difficult because they're going to be like, hey, we already got all this money.
It would be incredibly hard.
We want all this money. Like, you can't take away our money.
Also, both sides love the money.
And it's a win-win.
Plus, Troy, you're forgetting.
Don't forget, it's a win-win.
For everyone.
Because you pay the 9 and they get the 9. It's kind of a win-win.
They're fucking these people that have to work here.
It's the worst.
I couldn't imagine having to commute in every day and spend $30 just to get into work.
It's crazy.
Plus gas. Yeah. I mean, it's nuts. Plus parking.
Wear and tear.
I mean, you're looking at you think about it, like $50, at least $50 a day.
If you're parking in Midtown, you're lucky if you can get parking for $20. Lucky.
How much you have to make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just to justify it? Like if you're making just a basic salary,
even a decent, good salary,
it's crazy.
Start spreading the news. Steve in South Carolina.
Another win.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real beauty of this is that the rest of the country gets to chip in because people in New York get to deduct salt taxes from their income tax. The state and local taxes are deducted from your income tax, or if you have like a long form on your income tax. So the rest of the country is pitching in as well.
Perfect. I love that. That's great. So it's a win-win-win.
Everyone.
You guys are also winning. Congratulations. And what's going to be great is maybe here in New York, the cost of goods will go up as delivery costs will now skyrocket as trucks will be and UPS and all those places will be paying $9.
Another win.
Another win. More expensive.
Is this what Trump was talking about?
I am so tired of winning.
All the winning?
And we are 6 days into the year. Steve in Florida.
Unbelievable.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So I grew up in New York, lived in Florida for a while now, and this Kuntzman guy, whatever the fuck his name is, he sounds like one of those pieces of shit who has a generational rent-controlled apartment and just doesn't give a fuck about the working people.
You know what? Everything about him, even when you look at him, everything about him screams rent-controlled apartment. Yep. And you know that if you spend any time in New York, you know when you're talking to a rent-controlled apartment person.
Oh, absolutely. You guys should do a deep dive on his ass. And by the way, I got a friend of mine in Huntington who owns a restaurant or at least worked in one, and maybe he's looking for a radio gig. His name is Greg.
Okay.
You think you guys would be good with that?
I don't know. There might be an opening, so we'll see.
He's really good at bringing in homeless people who can sing. I don't know. He's kind of an interesting cat.
Hey, that sounds awesome, dude. That sounds like a fascinating guy. Maybe we'll be able to get that done. I don't know.
He's right. Like this,
he screams rent control.
Like $200 a month above Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pain in the ass to everyone. Yep. He's a pain in the ass to his landlord. He thinks there's an entitlement.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the entitlement.
He's been here his whole life.
Yep. Has doesn't relate to. He has no idea how to exist outside himself.
Right. His way of thinking is the correct way of thinking.
Right.
And everybody else is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, he cleans license plates that are intentionally damaged or obscured to avoid tolls.
So he's a narc. Like what a narc. Like If somebody can get away with a scam,
excuse me.
Yeah, if somebody can get away with a scam, you always let them get away with the scam. Scamming is great. Always let them get away with the scam. Anybody that tries to stop a scam that doesn't directly hurt them, but he would say this, it does directly hurt me because the toll money goes to us.
Like, you'll give someone a cool 50 in a parking lot if they get one over.
It's a great scam. I appreciate the scam. 50 to you.
Lesson learned to me.
You know what? I'm not giving you another 50. Although, who knows?
You'll get this one.
You're getting this one. I'm going to the ATM for it.
I'm paying that fee.
I love a scam. It's a great scam. I've seen it happen. Here's 50 to you. You've earned it with this great idea. But the idea of stopping a scam?
Oh.
You have to give that money to the state.
Yeah, like it's not even going to you, man.
No, it's to the state. And he thinks, I mean, even the logic behind the statement, if the statement were true, this is going to, like, if we get 10% less cars in New York, it will cure 100 years of damage of cars being in New York.
You're not even going to feel it.
How could you? Plus, there's shit and piss everywhere.
A lot of shit and piss. I saw some piss this morning.
You did?
Yeah.
And it's the winter. Usually that's a summer thing.
No, they're pissing in the winter. You just
Really?
freezes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I thought because of the shrinkage thing, they wouldn't.
No, like in the summers when it cooks, that's
Right.
when you really get the odors.
They were shitting. They don't shit as much in the winter, though.
Oh, of course they're shitting.
They are?
Shitting all over the place.
Damn.
That ain't piss.
I think it's bad for the environment, too, though.
Yeah, all that piss everywhere?
Does he stop people from shitting and pissing in New
Probably
York?
not.
Because that's straight up illegal, I think.
You cannot do that.
I don't think you can do that.
No.
I think you have to go in the toilet. I think that's the law.
You have to go in a designated room.
If you have
allowed to take it out.
Yeah, if you have to go, you must go in the toilet. I think is the rule.
Not on 49th Street behind a planter.
No. Except those planters, they always got shit and piss behind them.
Yeah, well, because they hide the penis.
They do. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. They will do that.
Saw that this morning.
What are you doing behind that? You saw that way?
Saw that this morning.
You saw somebody pissing?
Yes,
This
of course.
morning.
Yeah.
It's 6 a.m.
I mean, that's like your morning piss.
Yeah.
You just woke up. You didn't piss before you left. You got to piss. I mean,
Well,
maybe,
I don't think he was.
You
I
think
don't think he left a house.
Was he unhoused?
I think so.
Oh.
Stop
No,
saying
exactly. Where are you going to piss? If you're unhoused.
If you're unhoused, that's where
Stop
Well, stop saying what. We're trying to reach a new demo. I had a conversation about McClure.
Oh, is this a directive?
Yes, McClure told me. He gave me. I have a vocabulary list here that I got to go over with you guys.
It's like the dictionary in the back of Clockwork Orange.
Yes, of course. Of course. It's a state run.
All right, my bad.
Yes. Sirius has got a new mission, and that includes this vocabulary list that I forgot to share with you guys, but I will.
For potential subscribers.
Yes. Yes. They want people in free preview month to hear unhoused, not homeless. And they said no hobo at all. Don't say hobo. As fun as it is, don't do it. So, let's take a break, okay? Enough. We're going to take a break, figure some things out. And I mean, we got a lot to discuss. Everybody was talking about Aaron Rodgers. They kept talking like it was his last game. Aaron Rodgers didn't say it's his last game, but the whole game they were like it's his last game. And if it was his last game, he did very well. Like we got a lot to talk about. I have a new favorite podcast too.
Oh.
Yeah, based on one clip.
Oh.
Yes. We'll share that and more. We'll be back. The show is here and live. Stay tuned. What if we put some of the lessons we learned in songs together with some of the realizations that tolling is great, and we call it the Rough Riders Alliance? And that's a pop culture crossover that I can get behind. So,
Did she do a specific pose?
Yes, she did. But I can't. I mean, it was not for public consumption. It was bad. It was bad. But yes. We had a big football, I guess, couple weeks. Of course, we're into the NFL playoff scene. Appears to have now been set. The Lions beat Minnesota last night, right? I went to bed with 3 minutes left, and it was like 34-9. So I thought that I was okay to go to bed. But that puts Minnesota, 31-9. So that puts Minnesota in the wild card game, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's happening next week.
This week.
Technically, this weekend, and then
Saturday 2 games, Sunday 3 games.
Wild card games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, it's wild card weekend, yeah.
Right. It's Mondays, and then...
Oh, yeah, and there's a game on Monday.
A game on Mondays, but that's a playoff game or
They're
a
all
game
playoff
to
games.
get into the playoffs?
No, they're all playoff games.
Yeah. It's the Commanders on Monday, right? Or is that on Sunday?
I think that's
Sunday.
night.
That's Sunday night. Yeah.
I know the Ravens are Saturday night.
The Vikings at the Rams on Monday.
Yeah, that's the last hope. I mean, I would like to see the Commanders go. I've been enjoying that Washington has had this season that people really didn't predict that they would have. I like a story like that.
Yeah, it's great. Everybody likes Jaden Daniels.
Yes, and just seeing people. Oh, they have a nice little graphic, huh?
Yep, they got people that work there.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Looks very 90s.
It does look very 90s. So the winner of the Rams and the Vikings play the Lions? Is that how it?
Yes.
Oh, so we could get a rematch then.
Yes.
That's fun. It would be great if the Vikings beat the Rams and then get clobbered again by the Lions.
Honestly, that's probably what's going to happen.
It probably is, right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, how about the Broncos this weekend against Kansas City?
No.
That was like the game that already happened.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Well,
they killed him.
Yeah, they arrested everybody.
Well,
I mean, they did kill him.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be great. Good for the Broncos.
Yeah. Good for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an exciting time.
Mm-hmm.
I did think it was funny that, the Giants and the Jets are, out. But it was the Jets and the Dolphins, and the whole game, pre-game, into the game, they were basically going like, it was a tribute to Aaron Rodgers. And going like, this is probably, because it could be his last game, but knowing Aaron Rodgers, something tells me that it won't be. I just feel like
I don't know.
I don't feel like he's the type, and I don't really mind this. I don't. I said the most Jets thing ever.
What?
The upside down flag. I saw that. The Jets.
I hope they never change.
No, I do. I love it. I love it so much. I love the story, and I love too that in this, this is the most Jets thing and the most like latter years Aaron Rodgers thing that could happen. He played a great game.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
And threw his 500th touchdown. Yeah. Had this moment, they won, which they didn't do that much this season.
Yeah.
That could be, as bad as this season was, that's as good of a last game given this season as you could possibly expect. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean,
the whole
stadium was empty, but
I mean, what are you buying a ticket for?
No, I know.
I mean, the game literally doesn't matter. But I think
is Fireman Ed a part of it? Because he was complaining a couple weeks ago that he again was not on the Jumbotron.
He wasn't complaining about not being on the Jumbotron.
Oh yeah. He's like, once again, they did not put me on the Jumbotron.
It's not about you, dude. Like, that's the whole point. You're supposed to be that
You're just
cheerleader, right? And I don't mean like a Dallas cheerleader, because those cheerleaders are just there to get to stop the ball when it goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
Was that
for $15 an hour? You may as well.
I feel like you had this 2 great moments that just define these team seasons, right? For the Jets, the definition of this season, and really their whole 10 years as a team, but this season is the upside down banner being showcased. For the Cowboys, it's their own kicker kicking the ball directly into the back of the head of a cheerleader. And she went down.
Well, they were both probably blinded by the light coming in through the sides of AT&T Stadium.
Boom! Down she goes. She got nailed in the back of the head. Boom. And the dude tried to stop it. When they go to the front angle, first of all,
flag on the play. I saw that.
First of all, how about this dude on the? Were they playing Washington? Is that who that is?
Yeah.
The dude from the Commanders.
Hey, you okay?
Just hollering immediately.
Oh, you got a riz.
Oh yeah, he was rizzing hard. Boom. The photographer tried to stop it, and then she got hit in the head so hard that her hair went everywhere. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It killed. It really hurt.
Best thing that could have happened to her.
Why?
Everyone's going to know her name now.
That's true. That's true.
Like, you're a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader for a reason, and now you're going to get
you're the top one.
Attention.
You're
he
the
wasted
one.
no time in walking over.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, when you know how to riz, you're not going to let a moment go to waste.
That's true, because if you're playing in the even if you're a bench warmer in the NFL,
right,
you've rizzed through most of your life.
That's right. That's 100% right. I mean, high school, rizzing. College, forget about it.
He has risen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, immediately. And what's great is the photographer with the beard there, he's the one that actually tried to stop the ball, see? And so he is probably in this moment, because he's a photographer, right? He's a sports photographer, which means he loves the game, but has never gotten to play. He wishes he could play, never got to play. So he's probably sitting there thinking to himself, what just happened? I did stop the ball. I hope it didn't hit her. Maybe I should go talk to her about the fact that I stopped the... And he turned around, and the jocks already got her number.
Yeah, this NFL hot dog turned around.
That's right. That's 100% right. Was that who it was?
This is the one who hollered.
And what's your name? Tress. His name's Tress.
Tress Way.
Come on.
It's a great name.
Come on, look at this guy.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 34, you're a punter.
It's perfect.
Yeah. You got like one job to do.
You got one job.
You could do it till you're like 50.
You're comfortable with yourself because you're 34 years old. You're just chilling, making a good living.
Hey, how you doing?
You don't have a ton of pressure on you. You got time to holler at these chicks.
He's the punter in a Week 18 game. He probably had his phone with him in his pad. He followed her on Instagram before the game was over.
I mean, he followed her on Instagram as contact was being made. He saw the ball coming and said, that's going to hit her in the head. Let me follow her. Oh, good for him. Good for him. And good for the Cowboys. Letting these cheerleaders know. You got to stay up, okay? Because we stand on business here. Oh, the Cowboys. Yeah, so I think Aaron Rodgers, in my 2 seasons of expertise, strikes me as not one of these guys who tells the story of, like, I wanted to get out of the game before, like, while I was still good or while I was still at my peak. Like, he wants to play until the wheels fall off, it seems like. Because one of them fell off last season. And they put it back on with duct tape, and he's still going. But I never mind that. I kind of like that better. I like when athletes just play until the wheels fall off. I don't think it hurts legacy. When an athlete, like, the last 3 years, they suck. Like, I don't think that takes away from them being goats before that.
Yeah, you did the other stuff before.
Exactly. It all still counts. So I hope he comes back. Did you watch his doc?
No.
I didn't either. I'm like, I get it. He's weird.
Yeah, and I mean, we've gotten enough. It's not like he doesn't walk around with his mouth shut. Like, he's on every microphone that he can get in front of, he gets in front of.
Yeah.
What more is there to know about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Pat McAfee. I know about Aaron Rodgers.
One Rogan episode.
That's right. Yeah. So, yeah.
She's taken.
Yeah, by Tress.
She's about to be taken.
Exactly.
By a hunk.
Who's this guy?
No, just some dude.
No, dude. Sorry, dude. Look at him. Sorry, dude. I can see
But I think this is her first year as a cheerleader.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
No, it's over because now she's a famous cheerleader because she's the one that got hit in the head.
Yeah. Because here she says rookies signing off, and this was a day ago. So I'm assuming that was her first year.
What a great! And that was 2 days ago. You said?
Yeah, a day ago.
Oh, come on.
Ago. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. That guy doesn't have a prayer. Sorry, dude.
You sure you want to be a cheerleader?
All right. Well, you did it for a season. I think you can stop now. Oh my God, he was so nice. He came right over and checked on me as soon as it happened. I don't know where I'd be if Tress hadn't come and checked on me. All right. Well, I mean, now that we've done it for a season, you can stop now, right? You can stop. We're doing fine.
He's probably so happy they're not in the playoffs. No more games for him to dance at.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I might go watch the Washington game. Well, no, you don't need to.
I got tickets.
Yeah, one of the benefits is, as soon as they said, if you sit in that Salvation Army bucket, we'll give you tickets to whatever game you want to go to. Yeah, I think the guy's, her boyfriend or significant other, whoever he is in trouble. Because you can kind of see, too, it looks like he's doing well for himself,
This guy?
Yeah.
Not if that's his Christmas tree.
Let me see again. You might be onto something. Oof. You know what, Mike?
Sad tree.
You really pay attention to details.
That's not
sometimes.
an NFL contract Christmas tree.
No, it isn't. Oh, yeah.
That's like he does.
Look at, you know what? Look at the sleeves on that suit. That's not a tailor suit.
No,
he's like a realtor, does okay in the greater Fort Worth area.
You know what? He's got potential to be partner.
Someday. 10 years, he's on the track.
Yeah, he's on the track to be partner someday.
In the Fort Worth area.
In the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area. He does real estate. Oh, yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Anyway, my name's Tress. Poor Nick.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll find it. You know, I'm also, I know I didn't watch, all of it, but I watched the big college games too. It was the bowl games. A lot of people say some of these bowl games, there's so many of them now that they don't matter. Who cares about these college bowl games? But I'll say some of them really do get my eye. Did you watch Miami? The bowl game that Miami competed in?
I don't sit down for a lot of college games. Most of them were like kind of on while I was at gatherings.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't too lewd.
I'm talking about, it was U of M and Iowa State, I believe, in this bowl game.
What was the bowl? Do you remember?
They all have kind of funny names. I want to say Pop-Tarts Bowl. Pop-Tarts Bowl? Yeah, I believe it was. Here's the attention that I paid to the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I knew which Pop-Tart had sacrificed themselves for the greater good. I had to Google which teams played. So, I mean, it was a momentous thing. I believe that we have, this was, so if you don't remember, last year the Pop-Tarts Bowl really kicked off. And people didn't know what to make of it, but, I don't know how they did it, but Pop-Tarts got the NCAA to just lean all the way in and said, look, some of these games people are saying that they're not interested in. What if you just give it to us? Let us do a whole thing. Let us bring the entire circus to town. Not only do we want Pop-Tarts mascots out there, but we want to toast the Pop-Tarts mascot, that's a human. It's a human-sized Pop-Tart. We want to toast it at the end of the game and then allow the winning team to consume it. And the NCAA said, that sounds like a yes.
Okay.
Will the toaster be on wheels? They said, yes, we'll put the toaster on wheels. I said, okay. I don't see any problem with that. So to bring you up to speed, this was last year. Last year it was, I believe, Strawberry Frosted that made
Ultimate Sacrifice?
First appearance at the game. And yes, they made the Ultimate Sacrifice. And a lot of people say, I don't understand, the Pop-Tarts are dying. But Pop-Tarts' official Twitter account was replying to replies on Twitter. And they made it clear that Pop-Tarts' greatest joy in existence is to know that they're being eaten by someone.
Yeah.
They are here on this earth to nourish us. And so Strawberry Frosted made the ultimate sacrifice with joy to allow us to consume him.
This was last year.
Right, this was last year's. In case you missed it.
Before anybody had any idea what was going on.
Right, this fucked me up. The Pop-Tart held up a sign that said, dreams really do come true. And he's smiling, and you can see the jelly in his mouth, and he's waving. He's got these big, happy eyes, and he's super psyched. He throws the sign up. And they said, we've always loved you. Rest in peace. So they are, not going they're saying he's dead now.
Yep.
That mascot you just saw is dead. And now he's been toasted. We toasted him to death. And now he comes out of the toaster, and the winning team, what university is this? I don't even know. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
The winning team is eating the Strawberry Frosted Pop-Tart. And the confetti's going off, and everybody's saying, this is a great thing. What could possibly be better? We all enjoyed watching this Pop-Tart dance throughout the entire game. We got to know him. We got to love him. Now we get to eat him. I bet, you know who would really understand this? RFK. This feels like a very RFK way to, of course, this is why they're put on this earth. And the whole team is feeling no way about it. They're all going in for scoops it's a chocolate fountain at Wonka's factory.
Well, it's what he would have wanted.
It's what he would have wanted. It's why he died for us.
In fact, he would take offense if you didn't eat him.
Right. He said, don't allow me to perish for nothing. So as they're all consuming him, right? So this was last year. So this year, they go, and people watch this. They went, what the hell am I watching? This is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. And so Pop-Tarts said, well, why don't you just hold my beer? We need to figure out how to do things differently. So this year, they had not one Pop-Tarts mascot, but they had 3 Pop-Tarts mascots. And was this a mystery when they showed up? Because I know they showed up in their foil.
Yeah.
Was it a mystery as to what flavors the Pop-Tarts would actually be?
Yeah. They were still clothed.
Right. So they need to first strip nude. And also you see the NCAA allowed them, they said this was such a success when we all consumed our mascot. They allowed them to push it forward. And you could see in the end zones there or in the out of bounds, the white around the field, they allowed them to apply sprinkles.
Yeah.
There were sprinkles surrounding the field, which
whoever's doing this is doing it 100% right.
100%. I mean, lean all the way in, and when you think you're leaning in too far, keep leaning. I mean, if I were playing the game and I'm like, you got to go out there intense. You got to go out there like this game is the only thing that matters, and then you run past the sprinkles as everyone's trying to figure out who's under the foil. You go, I don't know if I should be dedicating my life to this sport anymore. But so the deal was that these 3 Pop-Tarts were going to be there. They would strip, so their foil would come off, so we would reveal who the flavors were. And then, Troy, get this. Only one of the 3 flavors gets the ultimate privilege to sacrifice themselves for the nourishment of the winning team.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So let's see who we've got here. Oh, nice. A little Swiss beat. Yeah. Right, so they're running out onto the field. Big Pop-Tarts logo in the middle of the field, in case you were at any point in the game confused. Looks like we're losing foil as we go a little bit. Oh, these Pop-Tarts are anxious to get out of their foil.
Sprinkles filled with vanilla swagger, and it doesn't give a fudge if you toast it or not.
Hey, those are puns.
Fudge Sunday.
Okay, they're missing their cues. Hot Fudge Sundae, totally missing their cues, but
with purple frosting and fruity filling, too tasty to
No way.
Foil can contain the one, the only.
No, I know. Purple frosting.
Wild berry.
Wild berry it is. Wild berry. There it is.
And finally,
Wild berry wants this.
And ready to get back into your mouth. It's the people's champion.
Whoa.
Cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll. I've never had cinnamon roll Pop-Tart.
Sounds delicious. I hope that one gets chosen.
You mean to sacrifice themselves for our nourishment? I hope so too.
End of the game, so fans, make some noise for your favorite.
Mike, as a football fan, makes the game better?
It does something.
So they're all out there dancing, stripping, and we go, I did, by the way, the first reply I saw on Twitter was somebody saying, Wildberry kind of cute, not gonna lie.
That's great. So funny on Twitter.
So, okay, then
they were getting cute with the refs.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
That's cinnamon roll. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon roll is giving the ref a little spanking. Some people want them to speak. Let them speak. I mean, here's the thing that's dangerous about the internet, though, is that leaning in is the only way to go. But the general public, like we as a society, I feel, have lost the ability to discern between irony and reality. So I've seen many times what starts as irony becomes like, no, I really believe this. I think that we are 2 years. I'll give it 2 years away from like a actual Pop-Tart religion / cult starting. Like people not realizing that we're appreciating this as a joke and going like, no. We love and trust the Pop-Tart.
At least a meme coin of some kind.
Do you think that they would go the Hawk Tour route and
Popcoin? Maybe
shitcoin us? Yeah, I think so. Some kind of scandal that CoffeeZilla could get involved with.
It'd be great if they pump and dumped.
Wildberry pump and dumped. We make a villain out of one of the Pop-Tarts. They just manipulate everything. Like the company really did pump and dump, but we blame it on Cherry Frosted.
And they hold like an execution,
yes.
Like a lethal injection of some kind.
With it, and they're eating it non-toasted. They're eating because some
Eating it
people
alive.
Yeah, some people like to eat. I will 100% eat a Pop-Tart untoasted. Right? Absolutely. Right out of the package, pop it in. But that is eating the Pop-Tart alive. So maybe that's the thing. They do a pump and dump thing, and then one of them is eaten alive as a punishment. The thing was, though, there was almost a somber tone because people remembered, as much as it is like we love the sacrifice that these Pop-Tarts make for us, we still have a loss, as we're watching Cinnamon Roll and Wild Berry and Hot Fudge Sundae. Is that the other one? Hot Fudge Sundae? Yeah. As we're watching them have a great time on the field, we can only think about what a great time Strawberry Frosted could have had Strawberry Frosted not sacrificed himself for us only a year ago. However, and this, I can't believe that the company did this. They put out a tweet that said, "He is risen," which feels very religiously on the nose.
Yeah.
It's a little risky. But I appreciate it, because he is risen. Strawberry Frosted came back from the dead at one point. At one point during the game. I don't know if this was halftime. I don't know, because I watched the Pop-Tart highlights. I cannot tell you who won this game. This game took place about a week ago. I do not know, between U of M and Iowa State. I don't know who won.
I think it was Iowa State.
And I had to look at my paper just now to remember who played. It was Miami and Iowa State.
I think Iowa State won.
Okay, whatever. You know who won?
I know who won.
Who?
The viewers?
The breakfast-loving public. That's right. The viewers is correct. He is risen. And when I say he, of course, there is only one he that you use the proper noun for and capitalize. Strawberry Frosted Pop-Tart.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was Jesus.
No.
Okay.
It's the Strawberry Frosted Pop-Tart. You got that one wrong. This happened, by the way, only days removed from Christ's birthday. Christmas, but he is risen. Let's take a look at Strawberry Pop-Tart rising.
Please direct your attention, ladies and gentlemen, to the video board for an important presentation.
Okay. We got our three in-game mascots. That's Wild Berry, Cinnamon Roll, and Hot Fudge Sundae.
Looks like
they have flowers and a toaster
and tissues.
Kleenexes. Well, it's gonna be it's a sad moment.
Oh, I thought it was for something else.
Well, no. He is, because
they just stripped.
Well, I know. If Hot Fudge Sundae had had lotion, you might have been right.
Okay.
They're gonna fuck that toaster. Okay, and now a bunch of. First of all, the song choice. This is literally the Paul Walker is Dead song. Could you put that graphic up real quick just so I can read it before we start the song? In loving memory, 12/28/2023 to 12/28/2023, friend and edible mascot, Frosted Strawberry. And listen to the song. Is back, as is. So this is not reincarnated. This is actually a zombie Strawberry Frosted. Hallelujah is now being played. Troy, I know you're a religious man. I see you getting a little emotional watching this.
A little bit, yeah.
This is what they teach in church.
This is hitting home.
Yeah. Strawberry Frosted, you can see half-eaten, toasted, still somehow alive. So half-eaten Frosted Strawberry made an appearance. And then, what's this, the Verve?
Or the Verve? Back to the 90s?
Is this the Verve or the Verve pipe?
It's one of them.
Yeah, okay. Anytime the Verve or the Verve pipe is played,
I'm down.
I'm down too.
It's Bittersweet Symphony or the Freshman. Either way, it's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Might have been the Jim Bossums. I can't tell you for sure. Right. But it was emotional. And then, of course,
you see the trophy has a working toaster.
No.
Yeah. You see the top? That's a working toaster.
Okay. Is there any
toast the Pop-Tart
acknowledgement of that in the trophy presentation?
I don't know if they acknowledge it in the trophy presentation.
Well, okay. Here's what we should see. We should see the trophy presentation so that we can see how serious they take it, because they just won a bowl game, and then of course we need to see who dies so that we may be nourished.
Who makes the ultimate sacrifice?
Who makes the ultimate sacrifice for us?
Florida Citrus Sports and Pop-Tarts, Congratulations to the Iowa State Cyclones on winning
Iowa.
the Pop-Tart Bowl.
What?
What did she say? The Pop-Tart Bowl?
The what?
Come on, everyone's going to be watching this. They want to see the fun action of the tarts.
The only bowl game people care about.
I know. I guess there was a Cheez-Its thing, but they've fallen so far behind because the mascots aren't consumable. When Pop-Tarts announced they had a consumable mascot, people said, what are you talking about? And didn't realize they were revolutionizing the bowl game industry.
On winning the Pop-Tart Bowl.
I do love, too, that she fucked it up and said, I'm going to leave it there.
You know what? Good enough.
Did I say Boral? I don't think so.
They know what I'm talking about.
That's the one that's going to stick. She has this moment. You can see it in her eyes where she's like, maybe I'll correct myself here. You know what? No, that's fine the way it is.
Bowl.
Yep. Yep. That's what I said. I did that, right?
She was nervous.
I mean, it's a nervous. It's a.
All right, now
it's a scary thing.
We're going to introduce to you the MVP of the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
We know who the MVP is.
Congratulations to Rocco Becht.
What?
Congrats, Rocco.
No.
Blah, blah, blah.
But that's cool that the MVP gets a Pop-Tart trophy. Is he going to take that home?
Rocco, what flavor Pop-Tart do you want to go down? There's only one. I'm going to go cinnamon roll.
Whoa!
During the game, and they were pretty incredible.
Whoa!
We're going to push this lever down.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Cinnamon roll has been chosen.
Cinnamon roll. Can you hit pause for a second?
Yeah.
Because I would have bet. I'm glad I didn't put money on this. I would have bet Wild Berry 10 times out of 10.
Really, a berry going back to back?
100%, because I would think that you're going to eat whatever is the most familiar, and I just feel like Wild Berry, while new compared to the strawberry flavor, Wild Berry's been around since I was a kid. Wild Berry's been around for a long time.
Cinnamon does have sort of a stranglehold on the Christmas season, though.
The Christmas season. You're right. And even for people, cinnamon roll Pop-Tart is one of those Pop-Tarts introduced for people who may not like Pop-Tarts.
It sounds delicious.
It does. It really does.
I'm glad the crowd stayed.
It's quite empty.
I mean, that's the lower level.
Oh, yeah. You could, at this point, you could come down and get yourself quite a seat.
Any seat that's not taken, feel free.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot not taken. Yeah. I do feel like this means that S'mores is going to have a layup of a year next year.
Oh.
If cinnamon roll goes down like this, I think S'mores is got to be the pick for next year.
S'mores what?
Frosted S'mores Pop? Wait.
You're killing
S'mores.
Me, Sam.
You're killing me, Taft. S'more.
Flavor. Cinnamon roll right there. We're pressing that down. When that thing pops out, obviously we're going to have more Pop-Tarts flying. You guys better be ready. That thing might fly out into there in the front row.
Don't worry about the front row. It's not going to hit anybody.
Come on, Pop-Tart. Get out of there.
Okay, Pop-Tart is making his way to the top of the toaster.
All right, Pop-Tart's going to fly out here in a minute.
Fly?
Relax.
And this guy seems like a guy
making his way up
who doesn't get the fun.
Yeah. We have seen this go down before. We know how it ends. We're all ready for it. We're all excited about it.
Oh, yeah. Cinnamon Roll is very excited.
Fly out of the trophy. Giant cinnamon roll ready to head into the toaster.
Your sign.
Hey,
the guy is behind.
Cinnamon roll wants you guys to get into it a little bit. He's a cinnamon roll wants you to make a little noise.
Why? Don't bring reference to it, dude.
Follow your dreams, folks.
Follow your dreams, it says. His dream is to one day be toasted so that the Iowa State football team may consume
MVP
him.
get to push it down?
He should, right?
I think he does.
Oh, that's sick. This is the bowl game to win. He's going down. He's going down.
Ooh, it looks red in there.
Yeah, wow, it's very, very hot. Oh, he's regretting his decision. He's shaking. He's regretting his decision. It's so painful. They didn't say it would hurt this much. And there he is. They always wink on the other side.
Coming out. Thank you all for the 2024.
They're trying to figure out how to eat it. He can't get in there. Get in there, big guy.
Congratulations again, Matt Campbell, Rocco Beck, the MVP.
Let's go.
What a game. What a
Man, that's great.
Give it up one more time for all these young men. Go get some of that giant Pop-Tarts.
Go get you some.
We're heading back to you in studio,
Oh,
Kevin
close
Nagandi.
Oh, Miami was almost there.
What a day for sport.
What a day for sport is right. For sport and pastry alike. That was incredible. That was inspiring. As a religious man, Troy, did you find that fairly
I was moved.
You were moved. Oh, okay. All right. Good.
I was thinking I might need to get some Pop-Tarts today.
Yeah, that might be the move. I wonder if other, like, now that they've done it 2 years in a row and it's been successful, if the other bowl games are going to try to follow suit, or if they know it'll just be too, like, derivative. If they know people will be onto what they're doing.
We can have some Cheez-Its.
Yeah. What if we do? But here's what'll happen. It'll be the guys who we've dealt with before, with ideas that are not idea people.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Costco?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If they go, what if we do a Cheez-It eating competition before the game in the parking lot? Like, okay. We're watching mascots be killed and eaten for our enjoyment, and it's okay. That's what we want to see. And next year, I think we're getting 2 dead Pop-Tarts on top of the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
We're going to get a tell-all from one of the people who played one of the Pop-Tarts at some point.
In a good or bad way?
I think good.
Okay.
And how great it was.
It
how
would
much
break me if there was, like, sexual assault behind the scenes.
Or we don't know if they hired any Nickelodeon producers.
Don't know. Yeah. No. I think a tell-all interview, hopefully not a 3-part doc.
Okay.
Diddy's next up for the doc treatment. Oof. I guess Peacock is rushing to make sure they get theirs out before 50 Cent gets his out. Is that right?
Yep.
Is that the plan?
This one comes out very soon.
Wow, that was quick. I mean, unless they knew it was ready to go down, they've been in pre-production.
You think
for
they
2
just
years.
had it?
Maybe. It's possible. Yeah, but this is one of those that I saw the trailer for it, and they're really relying on how many people they've got that they're interviewing. Like, it's like a whole bunch of people that have been close to him. I mean, I don't think...
January 14th. That's next week.
Wow.
That's next Tuesday.
Maybe we'll watch it as a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like your family?
No, I was thinking the show, but maybe I'll get the kids together.
Okay. I mean, you got to let them know there's, dangers in the world.
Dad, you used to listen to him? I didn't know.
Nikki Glazer made some Diddy joke last night on the Golden Globes, and my daughter's laughing. I'm like, what do you know?
She knows about Diddy.
She knows about Diddy.
Diddy is because now Diddy's just a pure meme. Diddy's just like, oh, you never go. You don't go Diddy.
No,
you don't want a Diddy. Don't go Diddy. No. What are you out there going Diddy? No. Like Diddy's the new Weinstein. Forever it was Weinstein. Like when there'd be an article about somebody, it'd go like, is it like Weinstein? They go no, and it's like, okay, well, I think they can. Now it's like, is it like full Diddy? No, it's not full Diddy.
No, it's not Diddy.
Right. No, there's no baby oil. No. Yeah, I'll check out the making of a bad boy. I think 50 Cent's Diddy do it.
I mean, I'm way more interested in that one.
Yeah.
Well, because I think the 50 Cent doc is going to be petty.
Yeah.
And I like
Which
that.
is great.
Yeah, like I think 50 Cent is heavily involved in making this hurt. 50 Cent is taking the philosophy that we've had on this show where it's like, let's ruin his life.
Yes.
I think he's going to only tell the truth. I don't think he's going to make stuff up. I don't think he's going to have to cloud anything. But I think he's going to tell the truth in a way where it's like, no, I want you to know all of this and ruin this guy's life. Because 50 Cent has been on the anti-Diddy bandwagon, seems like forever.
For a long time.
Yeah, he's known.
Yeah.
50 Cent made all that money on vitamin water and didn't have to deal with any of these industry shenanigans. And he's just been trolling on Instagram ever since.
He's gonna bring up a lot of petty stuff.
Petty stuff. Yeah, like stuff that's not criminal, just weird.
Yeah, just strange.
Yeah. It'll be, for him, it'll reveal all the crime stuff, all the important stuff, but then also the embarrassing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's going to be the one, how Netflix was like, what makes our Firefest doc better is that we have the clip of the guy saying he wanted to blow the guy in customs to get his water back. Yeah. Remember, like, that was it.
That was great.
Like, Hulu was like, but we have Billy McFarland, we have all this stuff, and Netflix is like, okay, and we're going to put ours out first. Netflix was like, okay. They didn't tell anybody what they had. because they knew.
Yeah.
They probably had intel at Hulu. Do they have the guy who almost blew the guy at customs for a water bottle? No, they don't have him. Okay. They can put out whatever they want then.
Yeah.
Because we have it.
Yeah, we got gold.
We have a 6-part series right now, and it's all leading to this one clip. But I think that's what the 50 Cent
of course
thing will be. He'll have those moments in there. That moment and the footage of Ja Rule saying, oh, no, not fraud. False advertising, maybe. Not fraud. Like those 2 clips for me will live in my brain forever. I guess we could watch a little of this Diddy trailer. You want to?
Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Not anymore.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro.
Oh, boy.
He already knew what he wanted.
I could be your manager. Just give me a chance.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody shooting me. Nobody shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy.
Can you pause for a second? If you took the dramatic music out of this, it's not a big deal.
No.
I feel like they might not have much here.
It doesn't seem that exciting.
No. They're like...
He was my brother.
I knew him since he was 4. And he was a child then. He was the boss. And when he said to do something, we had to do it. Oh, boy.
Yeah, if they're putting the most salacious information they have out,
right.
They don't have much.
Let me tell you something about an exclusive Diddy party. Not everybody could get in.
I was at a lot of those.
Yeah, I was at many, and I'll tell you this. Many were not at them. Okay. All right. Is there anything you could tell us about? No. I signed an NDA. I can't. No.
I do see how they're humanizing him, though. Like in a way, like they're
like
all
taking the luster up.
Like Sean.
Oh yeah.
You
like
know?
taking, like not glorifying.
Like this is a person, not the entertainer.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Something is not right.
Okay, there's the twist. Revealing his darkest moments.
I've been with Sean for quite a while, and I've captured a lot of moments.
Okay.
Anytime the studio or any rooms is red, it's making love and sex.
He's making love and sex?
Is that why this room is red sometimes when I come in?
That's only for when I'm making... But for me, it's not love and... I'll make love and or sex. But not just and. Yeah, not just and.
Diddy makes love and sex.
He does. Well, he'll do both.
It's making love and sex. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure, they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
How did this superstar music mogul become an alleged monster?
An alleged monster?
It's fun to stay out of jail, too.
You can't just say monster?
Alleged.
I'm not saying he's an actual literal monster, like from that movie Monsters, Inc. I think you can say monster. That's clearly opinion-based. How did he become a monster? Allegedly. He came across as a monster before any of these accusations. Made those poor DeBand kids walk to Brooklyn just to get cheesecake. That's the monstrous thing to do.
Yeah. That was shitty.
Oh, yeah. Shitty Diddy. That's what they called him. Yeah, I think you can call him a monster. But yeah, I'm a little, We'll see, right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
50 is going to be so much better.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good because it's going to be petty. And a lot of these things, they really should be petty. I think it's important.
Yeah, like we want details of like weird shit that happened and he was in a freak off and he accidentally shit his pants. And
I would love to know that. It's like, yeah, exactly right. Where it's and everybody could see it because he made everybody wear all white.
He had a big doo-doo in his pants.
Yeah, that's right.
You think that's what the producers are asking everybody?
Yeah. And 50's
50's the producer, 50's the EP. He's like, how big was the doo-doo mark? No, because he had these white linen pants on, and he had this big brown stain on the back. And I said, did he shit his pants? And he did.
And he took out that baby oil and he went to town with a big doo-doo stain in the back of his pants.
I want to see that. That's right. That's right. And then the weirdest part of all, when he was done, he came back to the party and he never changed his pants. He was just sitting at the party all night. Nobody would tell him, because if anybody said, Diddy, you got a doo-doo stain on your pants, they couldn't go back to the party anymore. 50's like, leave it all in.
Yeah.
Leave it all in. And then 50 goes like this. Who else had a doo-doo stain on his pants? Ja Rule? Yes, he did. Matter of fact, now that you mention it, yes, he did. And I saw one of the baby oil bottles, and I swear it said for Ja Rule. 50's like, leave it in. Are you sure? He said, I swear it said. It doesn't seem reliable. Leave it in. Leave it in. Yeah. I would like 50 to do a Ja Rule doc. I mean,
how great would that be?
It could be a whole nother career. 50 was going after Wendy Williams for a long time.
Yep.
It could be great.
50's the man.
Yeah. And you know, that didn't just happen once. P. Diddy, he would do to his pants at multiple parties. Nobody would say anything, though, because he was that powerful.
I hope 50 does a press tour to promote it.
I hope he does, too. I'd like to have him come in here. And then we could ask him, do you think Diddy ever, like, shit his pants? Because even if 50 couldn't say yes, he'd say, I can't say no. I wasn't at those parties.
He got real upset because Diddy wanted to take him shopping. Remember, that was a big thing.
Diddy wanted to take 50 Cent shopping?
Diddy was texting him like, hey, we got to hang out. I'm going to take you shopping. He's like, I got my own money. I don't need you to take me shopping.
Look, here's the thing. 50 Cent, the thing that gave him credibility from the beginning was that he came into being like a star, having already been a part of, you know, crime, having already been in gun battles, having
shot in the face.
He was shot in the face. He was shot 9 times. Remember, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, you know, I don't need you. And Get Rich or Die Trying came out. You can't take away a classic album like that.
Masterpiece hip hop album.
And it seems like, and maybe it's because it's where he came from, because he came from such a bad, dark place, 50 Cent, that he's got enough of a head on his shoulders that he's not constantly chasing fame and like me and, oh, I got to make sure I'm in good with this guy. I got to make sure I'm in good with that guy. Like, bro, he bought a share, or he bought a stake in Vitamin Water. After he's already a famous musician, he bought a stake in Vitamin Water. Coca-Cola buys Vitamin Water. It becomes worth egads of money. 50's like, okay, I got money. I have fame. I have this great Instagram account. Now I'll just exist. I'll just do what I do. I don't have to be in the rat race anymore. And P. Diddy probably doesn't know exactly how to deal with people who don't constantly have to feel this need for, like me, accept me. Maybe you can do this for me. Maybe you can do that for me.
Yeah, and he had Dre and Eminem. So
and
why
he had
would
Dre
he
and
need
Eminem.
Diddy?
Exactly. Can you imagine how much shit talking must have happened between 50 Cent, Dre, and Eminem? You know, we get together, we shit talk people that we all have in common.
Sure.
There were so many Diddy jokes going around.
Yeah.
50 Cent made an estimated $100 million from his Vitamin Water deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then, you know, and what did he do? He started a show. Power is like extremely popular. He made his deal with Reebok.
He had a 10% stake.
10%?
In Vitamin Water.
Wow. That's a huge share.
And it's nice to see that he paved the way for Flo Rida.
I would agree with that. Flo Rida is a great recording artist.
He is.
And you can tell the difference between all of his songs for sure. It's not just one song over and over again. I'm glad you read that whole headline.
Yeah.
So is this 50 talking about Diddy wanted to take him out shopping? Is that what this is? Okay. Yeah. All right.
The nigga Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to, you know, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
Can you pause for a second? How great is his impression? Because he's got that like energy, that like Diddy energy. I love that he's doing a full-on mocking impression of him.
And he's making it seem like Diddy is really excited to hang out with 50.
Right. He's like, what? The fuck
Why
are you
so
talking
excited
about?
to hang out?
Come on, man. We got to kick it.
What do you mean? Why? Why do we have to do that?
You know what it is? It's very petty.
Okay. You're telling me we got to kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like, I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga, fucking, this nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. So there's your little fruit pop. It's a fruit pop.
Okay. I trust him to do the doc.
This was so long ago.
By the way, this is not only is this so long ago, but this one lady in that doc trailer is like, he became a monster, allegedly, whereas 50 Cent is just declaring as a state of fact.
He's a fruit pop.
He's a fruit pop. Oh, yeah, by the way, good that Troy is still answering the phone with Happy New Year. That's very, very strong.
Who takes direction? And what else is he going to say?
Yeah, I don't know. Trust me, I have no idea.
No idea.
But yeah, I'm interested in hearing 50's take on the whole thing. And now he's got a Vegas residency.
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
Like he's just out there performing his hits every night. It's great. Good for 50.
That one line is how you know the doc is going to be great. The fruit pot. Wait,
let's hear it again. Do you have it?
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let's go back like here.
And this is shit that goes on. So there's your little fruit pop. It's a fruit pop. It's a fruit pop.
50, did you mean to say allegedly? No, I did not.
No. I meant that.
No, I didn't.
And I'm sure if Diddy heard this clip, he can't be happy about that.
I mean, he'd be like, because it sucks because he knows that the first part is true.
Yeah, and he's like, I was just trying to take him out shopping.
I was trying to buy him something. Because that's what I like to do. I like to take people out shopping. But that is, you do have to watch out for people who like to do that. People who are like, no. I want to hang out with you. I want to take you here and there. I'll pay for everything. And you go, oh, okay. Like, this guy's wealthy. He wants to buy me stuff. Like, okay, because none of that stuff is ever free. Like, all of it, now you're indebted to this person.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll take you on vacation. Oh, no, I don't. No, I'll pay for it. Like,
yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
I have a plane. We're going down there. You stay at my place. It's all good. Nothing's ever free.
Nope. Sign this real quick.
Yeah, exactly. It's an NDA. It's just for whatever goes on.
It's no big deal.
Because it'll take, sometimes it'll take a week, a month, a year, 5 years. But somebody's going to say, you don't remember when I took you on vacation? I saw you wearing that jacket. You don't remember who bought you that jacket?
Huh.
All right, you're right.
I'm here to collect.
I bought you a jacket. It's like,
take the fucking jacket.
Take the jacket. Okay, I didn't even want the jacket. I was trying to be nice. I thought you wanted me to have the jacket. I did want you to have the jacket. But now I want you to be my friend. Are you my friend? Are you my friend, Jack? Yeah. Well, I know that as we're talking about hip hop too, of course, that 50 Cent clip was from years ago, but it was on the show Drink Champs. Noriega does Drink Champs. It's a very popular show. It's a great show. They have hip hop artists on. They get him to drink. They tell stories. They end up calling P. Diddy all sorts of names. It's fantastic. But I did over the break. I did discover a new podcast that I think is maybe now officially my favorite podcast. And I like this podcast, one, because it's the only podcast that I've ever seen where if you watch the video, there's a monitor behind the host, and what they're playing on the TV behind him is a different episode of the same podcast. So it's like this podcast just exists in a room where they're constantly playing episodes of this podcast.
Get those views up.
Yeah, and I just love the idea that, like, we love this show. Like, we think this is great. But it's called One-on-One with Mike D. One-on-One with Mike D. And he had on a guest named Tulo. And the guys were just talking about life, talking about different philosophies on things, and the way they've handled their business. Both of them, maybe familiar with life, let's say outside of the mainstream, and then entering into the mainstream life. It was a really fascinating conversation. And then something really interesting happened. If you want to hit play right here, this is a good place to enter into the conversation.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just showing them the difference between trying to be something that you're not and choices we got in life. Those were your choices. Who shot who?
I mean, dude, I cannot tell you how many times I've watched. Look at this face. He fucked up. Tulo fucked up for a second. Big deal. I cannot tell you how many times I have watched this clip and cackled. As a matter of fact, like screen recorded or something. I want to make sure that we have this clip forever so that we can play it for more people, because it might be my favorite thing that's ever happened in this medium. And when I say medium, I mean podcasting, radio, television, however you want to categorize it. It's honestly, I have 3 kids. This is one of my favorite things that's ever happened on the planet. It's incredible. Who shot who? He is unflinched. He doesn't by any of it. So you can't tell by listening to it, but Mike D is just interviewing this fella Tulo, and you just see while they're talking, Tulo starts fidgeting with something in his pocket. And you see that you don't really realize this at first, but upon further analysis, it appears to be the handle of a pistol that is starts poking out of the top of his pocket, and he's just kind of adjusting something in his pocket, and then boom.
I like in the other hand, he's smoking a joint.
He's smoking a joint in the other hand, and Tulo accidentally fires his gun while it's in his pocket.
Oh my God.
Which means he just had his pistol in his pocket, no safety on, no nothing. And the host of the program, Mike D, instead of being like, we need to shut this down, what the hell just happened? Like, instead of panicking, he simply asks, who shot who?
Doesn't panic.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't
No.
flinch.
No, while he's in the middle of the show, who shot who?
He just looks up, he's like, all right, who got shot?
Like, before we went to break, we were just talking before the show with an engineer that came in here. And this engineer comes in and he just pokes his head in the door. And this entire show stopped. Everyone in this room stared at him like a deer in headlights, like, what the hell just happened? A man is coming in here. We didn't plan on this. In this instance, a gunshot goes off. Also, because I've seen the clip so many times, you can see the flash go off. Mm-hmm. Like if you look at his pocket, you can see the flash go off. And Mike D, who might be the single most professional broadcaster. I'm the last professional broadcaster, but this guy might be the single most professional, unflappable broadcaster. I mean, if you have a broadcasting gig, give it to Mike D, because he simply responds with the age-old question, who shot who?
Those were your choices.
Ooh.
Who shot who? Somebody got shot?
I hope. Y'all good?
If you can hit pause for a second.
Y'all good.
Y'all good. And Tulo is making this face like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
What did I do? What did I do?
Like on one end, he's embarrassed. On another end, he's a little worried he might have shot himself. On a third end, he's a little worried he might have just done a manslaughter on accident. I mean, on a fourth end, best case scenario, he just shot a gun in his pocket in the middle of a podcast taping.
You know what's amazing, though, is he shot himself and he didn't drop his joint.
No, he didn't drop his joint. He's just
Special operation.
Look at how clenched his jaw is, though. He's like, oh no, did that just happen? Like, that's one of those key moments. It's a universal thing, no matter what world you come from. It's a universal thing where instantly in your mind you're thinking, can I figure out time travel real quick?
Oh, fuck.
We've all been there. Like when you're like, this is the most important thing ever. I have 10 seconds maybe. Can I figure out how to do time travel? Because I need it now. And then you can't figure it out and you end up having to get into it. But that's the face. The face that he made and the pause that he's got is, how do you do time travel? Because I just shot a gun.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
Yep.
You not, and choices we got in life, those were your choices. Who shot who?
Who shot who?
Somebody got shot?
I hope. Y'all good?
Just got... He's checking.
He's checking to see if he got
Everybody
shot.
should, okay, the dogs, there's a French bulldog right there. Hey, pause for a second. Okay, you're gonna have to rewind it slightly so we can get the burst of exuberance. But as they're looking around, Tulo is just like, oh my god, like please, does anybody have a hole in them? Did I make a hole in anybody just now? I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
And Mike D's checking his legs. Did I get shot? Was I?
I think Mike D might be under the influence.
Maybe he was tooting on that joint a little bit.
But I'm gonna tell you, whatever influence Mike D is under, sign me up for that. I was talking about what a stressful break this was. The fact that somebody shot a gun right next to him in his podcast studio and he's not bothered by a thing.
Cool as a
I need that.
Well, he was sort of bloviating about life choices, but they're both high, and this guy has a firearm just tucked into his pocket that he decided to fiddle with.
You know, the way people should lead their lives. Bang! What happened? Who got shot? Okay, anyway, if I could get back to what I was saying. The way people should lead their lives. It really is a great time to just give advice, to bestow advice on onto everybody. I mean, look at that face. It's the most classic. I can't believe that we've had 6 days into this year. I don't see how anything's going to be better than that.
No. We're off to a good start.
I mean, that rules so hard.
It does.
The minute you realize no one got shot, you're like, oh my God.
And we got that on video.
This is the best thing ever. And they didn't edit it. And by the way, this podcast was just on YouTube for like several days before. I think it's just starting to take off now, the clip.
Yeah.
But it was just up. So the interview.
This was posted 5 days ago.
The interview is 55 minutes. This happens 47 minutes into it. And so not only did they just leave it in, but then they just keep going for another 10 or so. Just kind of, waxing philosophical. All right, let's get back to it.
Who shot who? Somebody got shot?
I mean, it's the best.
I hope. Y'all good?
Damn, Brody. Good? What the fuck?
Hey, only on the dirty third, one-on-one with Mike D. I thought my nigga shot me.
He still
Everybody good?
Everybody good?
I hope.
He's checking to make sure he didn't shoot himself. By the way,
throw an ad in there.
Boy, these Mike D.
Good job.
Mike D decided that was the spot to place an ad, and it's for BetterHelp.
Oh yeah.
You ever get stressed out, like when you think you've accidentally shot the man hosting the podcast that you're on? Try BetterHelp.
But I didn't say that. You know what they say? White people and the white.
So there's a
people,
cut there.
And then he starts talking about white people.
He starts talking about. Well, here's the thing: white people don't get.
We don't have a context with that. What's?
Well, I just like that he's like. He shot himself, and he's like, if I could explain to you the problem with white people these days, and I'm like, no,
spitball something real quick.
Yeah. I'm willing to listen.
Are we wrapping up?
I'm willing to listen. I want to hear. I want to better myself.
Let's see what was cut out.
Everybody good?
Everybody good?
I hope. I heard everybody say that. You know what they say? White people and the white people, this and that. Situations like that, and a nigga having to be like that, and being a nigga that ride and move through my city with that shit on how I move, one deep.
I mean, he's not even talking about it. I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's talking about something completely unrelated, which is weird because what did they cut out? If they left in the other part,
I don't know.
What did they cut out?
Yeah.
Cleanup?
Did somebody get shot below? Maybe
somebody actually did get shot. Yeah. They're like, just cut out the part where somebody got shot, and then that's fine. Yeah, I would love to know what they cut out because they left it. I mean, I'm glad they left in the good part.
Yeah, but don't you think they should address what just happened?
I would think so. My instinct would be like,
let's talk about this.
I think we got to throw away the rest of the interview and kind of talk about what happened here, and then maybe bring you back next week to have another conversation about what happened here. I mean, that would be my instinct. I feel like, especially for traffic, for internet traffic, it would be really, really good to do that. I love that BetterHelp really jumped on this too. Oh, yeah. Smart. I get some ads for Not Sam Wrestling on here. Like, this is
actually a great idea.
This is the best clip I've ever seen.
Have Hot Dog shoot himself. No, you don't understand.
It's gonna be great for us.
Yeah, just make sure it's at his house.
Yeah, we'll do it through Zoom. Roommate, what's going on in there? We're getting traffic. Man, that's awesome. Well, I'm officially a Tulo fan. I'll tell you that.
Same.
OG Tulo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like a great podcast.
Although I don't know what his beef is with white people. He seems pretty angry at them.
Or maybe he wasn't. I don't really know. I couldn't understand.
I mean, honestly had no idea.
But realistically, if he is, could you blame him?
Okay, yeah, it is what it is.
Could you? I mean, have we been perfect?
No.
So, if he's got it can be unrelated. Like just because he shot a gun in his pants real quick on the podcast does not mean he can't have opinions about other things.
That's a good point.
It's two different things,
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird place to jump into that conversation, sure, but it's weird. Yeah. But it's two different things. Yeah, and this the name of this podcast is OG Tulo Almost Shoots Himself. What in the Plexico Burris is going on? That's good. That's good. Well, congratulations. I mean, easy early contender for podcast of the year. Talk Tua is in a lot of trouble. I mean, after the buzz this is getting and that crypto scam, things are looking tough for Haley.
Yeah.
Not going to be good. I'd like to have Tulo as a guest in here. OG Tulo. I'd like to have him in here.
I'd make sure he probably didn't bring his gun.
I would not check him. I would take the gamble. I'd take the gamble.
I mean, there's a floor underneath us. I mean, what if it's firing off in...
What am I, like, do I need to worry about the entire world here?
35th floor.
That's a good point.
It's a big deal.
The ceiling's thick.
Yeah.
Not that thick. We heard him sawing. Remember when they were constructing?
That's a great point. That was a real hindrance to the show. Yeah, no, it's really not that thick now that you mention it. Yeah.
I bet you a bullet could go right through it.
Yeah, well, only one guy can find out. OG Tulo.
That's right.
Corey in California. What's up, Corey?
Hey, good morning, Sam. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. First of all, Troy's doing awesome on the phones in this new way he's doing it.
Thanks, buddy.
And also, I want to put a shout out for Troy's fiance's book, Breaking Bow. We've actually been using it, and it is awesome. So thank you, Troy. Please thank her too.
Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you saying that.
So, Sam.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
Why did you get Jim fired? I mean, I know this has been a position of yours since you've been an intern, but I think everything's coming true for your strategy. Getting rid of Jim, getting him fired, now it's just you?
Wow. Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
And who would have thought, as just an intern, that I had a 20-year plan?
Well done. Well done.
I would love to, as much as I like Count of Monte Cristo, I would like to write a story of like what kind of psychopath would it actually take for that legend to be true. I mean, I think it'd be great if it were like, yeah, dude, from the beginning. Yes.
Well, I think the psychopath is in the chair. You did it. Congratulations.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just need to study myself. All right. Thank you, Corey.
That's right. Thanks, Sam. Take care.
Are we replaying the first bit of the hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Because people keep calling that are just tuning in now, and they're asking me.
Oh, gotcha. Well, look, if you missed any of today's show,
what are you telling them?
It'll be on. Yeah. I don't know. I'm saying Happy New Year. That's all I'm saying. What are they going to call the show on the app?
I don't know. I was going to ask you after we signed off.
I'm not ready to make those kind of decisions. Nobody's told me what the thing is, what we're doing.
Back live show, today's show.
Back in the New York Groove?
I mean, it still shows up in the Jim and Sam feed, because that's technically what it is.
And he did play the intro, so it's like...
I guess. That's the only intro we have, though. We don't have another intro.
I know. And I don't know if they said, well, what intro do you want? I don't know. What intro should we have?
First show of 2025. That's what we'll put.
That sounds...
I've been calling it The Show all day.
Yeah.
But is it going to be under Jim and Sam?
I don't know, bro.
Well, it is in the app today, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of gray area here.
Yeah, it's all gray area. Nothing but gray. Listen, if you missed any of today's show or you're confused about what's going on or you're, we kind of broke it all down in the first hour. So the show will be up on the SiriusXM app. Scour it. I don't know what keywords will be present. I don't know what you'll be searching. I don't know how you'll find it.
If you got Jim and Sam in your favorites, it's going to pop up like it always does.
So put Jim and Sam in your favorites and it'll pop up. We did our best. We're going to continue to do our best. Appreciate you guys rolling with us. And we'll see you tomorrow. We're replaying the first hour after this, so stay tuned.
It's been quite a year on Nordy and Robs, or Daddy and the Boy. I mean, Jim and Sam.
SiriusXM on your radio dial.
And while a lot of time was spent on the things we hate,
I hate college alumni.
Wow. It's time to revisit some of the things that gave us eargasms in 2024.
Every kind of gasm in the book. What the hell is this?
From our favorite interns.
I like that they have chocolate custard and then chocolate cake. Rich, what's the difference between those?
You don't ask me.
To our favorite guests.
When it's time for Kenny G to get romantic, would you put your own music on to be romantic?
No.
And all the laughs in between.
It's like me, after comedy don't work, I turn into a hook. I lose weight, get a BBL, get some back teeth.
This is the best of the year on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
This is why you do the show. Synergy. To bring people together.
Absolutely.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. We are concluding our trip down memory lane, specifically the exit marked 2024 today. Yes, this is the last day for the best of 2024. Over the last 2 weeks, we've been listening to some of our favorite things that happened all year long. If you missed any of the shows, there were a ton of them. They were all great, chock full of content. You can go to the SiriusXM app and get all of the entire catalog. You can celebrate the entire catalog of the best of 2024 Jim Norton and Sam Roberts shows. Just look them up on the app. Today, we got a barn burner of a show, and we start, and I've said this with a couple of people, and I mean it with all of them, but we start with Miss Pat. Miss Pat is she lights up the room. Miss Pat is one of those guests, and it's rare that everybody gets legitimately excited. Everybody in the room gets happy as soon as Miss Pat shows up. And she showed up and she showed out. Let's start the final day of the best of 2024 for Jim Norton and Sam Roberts with Miss Pat. Good to see you again, Miss Pat.
It's good to see you too. Hey.
How are you?
Just fine.
Let me ask you before we even start. We just heard Tie Yellow Ribbon. What do you think that song is about?
That song there?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Christmas song to me.
I think it is a Christmas. I think it is about Christmas.
Because I was like, why y'all playing Christmas music?
That's where it's just in the spirit.
I'm a Christmas freak. I put about 9 trees, and I go all out.
When do you start?
Huh?
When do you start?
I actually start in October.
Really? Before Halloween?
Yes. I just put the tree up and let it breathe and fluff itself out.
Sure.
And my husband loses his damn mind every time.
Is it a real tree or fake?
No, I don't do real trees.
Yeah, I do fake tree.
Yeah. I do. But I get them on sale at the end of the year. So this year I'm going to put up 8. And I hired a professional tree putter upper.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
So you get the trees on sale, and then you hire somebody to put them up.
Yes.
Okay.
To decorate them, because I don't want to decorate them like they would decorate when I was a kid. Sure. All ghetto and crap, throwing rice on them and shit. So I get somebody to come in and decorate them like they belong in a White House or the White House.
Sure.
So is this because
Christmas was special growing up, or are you doing things that you couldn't do when you were a kid?
This is because I'm doing things I couldn't do. We never had a tree, so I just fell in love.
What did you throw the rice at?
We threw it at each other. Okay. Nobody was getting married. But my mama used to always play Christmas music, and like we would listen to like black Christmas music, like what's his name? Santa Come to the Ghetto. Who was that? Jane Brown.
Okay.
But Santa never came to the ghetto. No. And we didn't have a chimney, so that was a lie. Yeah. So I said, when I grow up, I'm going to get all the stuff that Santa going to do. So I have a chimney, and I'm going to have 8 Christmas trees.
You love it.
That's my favorite holiday. I go nuts over Christmas.
I love the idea of buying a house with a chimney, specifically because it's like, no, we're going to need a spot for Santa.
Yes.
So let's make sure there's a chimney here.
But you know, now kids know Santa ain't real. They just say, Mama, buy me this.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you deny it, or do you go?
No, you can't lie no black kids. We gonna tell them no. Ain't no tooth fairy. I took your teeth and gave you $2, but I'm gonna need them back for gas. my mom used to always say, "Why would I pay you for your damn teeth when I ain't got no teeth?"
Yeah. Well, it's a much more pragmatic approach.
I don't know what pragmatic approach means, but mama say all the time your daddy knocked my teeth out. He didn't pay me, so why am I paying you for teeth you lost on your own?
So you love Christmas unironically, like you just enjoy it. Do you is it like the day that you look forward to, or is it just like the whole month?
It's the whole month.
Yeah.
November, December. I love Christmas. I do. I mean, literally, I got 8 Christmas trees.
Yeah. I love Christmas too. It's always a bummer after, like, you can kind of extend it that week after Christmas, but then after New Year's, you realize
you look ghetto. You need to take that man
They have
down.
to come down.
I pay somebody to take it down. Now, my husband take it down. It sickens him. And I buy really nice gifts. Like, I want to see every year I change my colors. So that's why I shop at the end of the year. But my paper have to match the theme. You ever go with somebody's Christmas tree and their Christmas tree like red and white and they got blue wrapping paper on? No. Everything has to match.
Yeah.
Really.
So you have one of those like picturesque sort of 8 trees and all the wrapping paper. It looks like something out of a catalog.
It looked like somebody. That's what it's going to look like this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are the colors this year?
Blue and white downstairs.
Okay.
Mickey Mouse upstairs.
Oh.
And black and gold downstairs.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, so
it's all themed.
It's themed, and on the front door it's traditional, red, green, and white. And then I have a pool house, so I don't know what color we're gonna do out there yet.
But you're gonna do something.
Yes, because we're gonna take Christmas pictures out there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When do you take the stuff down? Because sometimes I do leave it up too long, but it's out of laziness. It's not out of holiday spirit.
No, it had to come down by New Year's.
It has to come down by New
you go right away.
Yeah, but the people I'm hiring this year, they come back and take it down. Or either my husband will take it down. He can't stand it. He gets so tired of the glittery. He look like a fairy been in his damn house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
January 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, I've left it up until February, but it's not because it's just laziness.
That's horrible.
Usually when people leave it up that long, it's because they're in jail. Was you in jail?
Never. One night, but that had nothing to do with the tree. You
sure?
I just don't. I just get late. You would love Mick Foley. I mean, you know, Mick Foley has the wrestler has a. What's he? He's like obsessed with Christmas.
Is he?
Yeah. Doesn't he have year round have Christmas stuff in his house?
He has a Christmas room in his house that he keeps decorated for Christmas all year long, and he'd be on the road like as a wrestler doing all these like horrific things, like using barbed wire and jumping off shit and like having broken bones. And then when he'd get in the car to drive to the next town, nothing but Christmas music.
What?
All year long, Christmas music.
Oh.
That's a lot.
Somebody did something to him on Christmas. I ain't that crazy. Not no Christmas. Oh, that is him. Lord have mercy.
I mean, this is like July.
Wow.
Okay, this is whenever he need. And then you know what he started doing after he was wrestling?
What?
After he was done wrestling, he dyed his beard and his hair, and he became Santa Claus.
Well, I can
like
see
he
that.
went to Santa school.
Well, he needed another job.
That's true. He got to work.
It's like me. After comedy don't work, I turn into a hook. I lose weight, get a BBL, get some back teeth, and become gym escort.